to use it as well as the other two. That to me is just bad writing and all over the place. That's my
Okay.
stance.
What's up, opinion man? How you doing, y'all? So this we kind of got this started because I feel like I'm kind of the opinion of at least most of the community, whereas to this power up is like not really a bad thing. Like it's pretty hype. Um, but I mean at the same time, like my first reaction to like learn about it because I read the spoilers was like theirs, and theirs is basically kind of like why couldn't Sanji get this on his own? Why couldn't this and that? But the thing is with that is that everyone else is getting like a power up. So I'm not like mad about it. And two, even before this, Sanji was already strong. Like all screen, like pretty much all screen, it was implied that he went against King and Queen at the same time. So I mean, not I'm not before anybody says that, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that, Sanji could just easily go against King and Queen like full strength easily, but it is implied he was going against them like both at the same time, like while his raid suit. So and it seemed like and two, he has gotten like his bones and stuff broken before, and it hasn't had any problems for him. I mean, wait, hold up. What I'm trying to say. Okay, so basically, what I'm trying to say, man. All right, okay. So y'all know how like he's gotten like his bones and stuff broken before, and he need to be healed up by Chomper.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I don't hate this because it doesn't seem like something he's always had. It just seems like something that kind of just happened now. Like it's still pretty much Sanji still was strong, before this. So that's
Well,
why.
the big implication with him cracking his bones, especially against Virgo, was that his body had been damaged from Nami being in his body before, right? And
Right.
so he was already in a weakened state going into it. Pre-time skip, it's never been an issue that he was physically fragile. I don't recall a single time. The only time that it started becoming a point of conversation was with Virgo, right? Also,
Mm,
getting to the point that you made about the fact that Luffy and Zoro are getting stronger and everything. I understand that. I get that. My issue is just the way that Oda has chosen to power up Sanji when he has the time to have Luffy and Zoro go through training. Even in the anime, for example, you see training montages for Zoro and Luffy. And you know what we see Sanji do? Making
I seen that. I seen Brogo's
rice cakes
reaction.
for right. And the thing is, it's extremely degrading to his character as a fighter. I understand he's a cook, but he's also one of the main fighting forces on the
And he's a
crew.
martial artist.
Yes, and so for me to see him being relegated to that role, like exclusively, is very disappointing. And then just handing him power up after power up, especially when we know how he feels about the Vince smokes. To me, I'm like I'm hoping there's a point to this. I'm hoping that there's a direction that Oda's trying to go into that's going to tie everything together. Maybe him coming to terms with his identity, where he understands where he's coming from, but he doesn't let that affect his life moving forward, where he doesn't have like the bitterness of being a Vince Smoke in him anymore. I doubt that Oda's gonna go that route. I don't want to doubt him, but the way he's been treating Sanji post time skip has not given me much faith that he's going to do the right thing with his character. So
um, that
I'm
that
just gonna wait and see, because the thing is, right? A lot of what, like, the way we look at the character is very different, which is very interesting to me because we both love Sanji. Like, he's my top one favorite character. I've said before and I say it again because he's about two things that I'm about: delicious food and fine women. That's me to a T. That's never gonna change. So he's my top one character right in the story. I relate to him more so, and his fighting style is one of the dopest looking like fighting styles I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it's unique
My issue
because
though,
everybody uses swords. I mean, not saying that ain't cool, but you
Yeah, I
know.
I
mean
mean,
Luffy
yeah,
only
no, it
uses
is
swords though.
cool. Yeah, but the funny thing, he actually knows how to use swords. He just doesn't do it because Yeah,
Yeah,
use
man.
his hands for cooking.
Don't
That's
But
why.
don't you
That's
make
why
me
you
go into
give
how
him.
goat Sanji is, man. Don't make me go into how goat this character is. Like I don't care what no one says, man, but like the fact
that's the
that
thing, right? I personally don't care either. Yeah, go ahead.
okay, so the fact that like people say Oda hates Sanji, but the thing is, I don't think he hates him. He just likes to mess with him. Because if he hated him, he wouldn't give him a entire arc. He wouldn't even make him this strong. Like,
Yeah. That's true though. He does enjoy messing with him, and I feel like in some aspects, he finds Sanji's character to be very flexible to the point that he uses him as a tool,
right.
sometimes a hype tool for other people. He's done that for Dofi, and he's done that also with Black Maria, and I'm sick and tired of it.
Mm.
He's way above being like a measuring stick for people to see. Oh yeah, okay, so these characters are really strong. Like no, to me that's not cool. Like, have you seen how he sheltered Zoro throughout all of post time skip? The only top tier that Zoro has ever had to go up against was Fujitora, and that was more of a
One v
skirmish than
one. You talking
anything
about one v
else.
one
Yeah,
specifically? One v. Okay, so yeah, that was crazy when King had sent Zoro flying though, like with his punches, and Zoro's like, "Man, you gonna kill me, man? Kill me with a sword." That was crazy.
I mean that was. It's funny how the fandom made memes out of that, but yeah, like the thing that's so interesting to me, I don't think that Zoro's ever been that hung up over. Like he's made mentions before when he fought some people like Kaku and Mister One, where they weren't true swordsmen. He's mentioned that also you're not really you don't live by the blade like that, but it would just be a one-off comment, and then he would just leave it be. But that's been a recurring um, comment he's been making when fighting King, and
I
I'm
think
like,
that's because it's like it's just
why is he
embarrassed.
so
Like to be
pressed?
fair, because it's kind of embarrassing. Like, he's like, man, this dude fucking me up without a sword. Like it's like,
I mean,
not
is
even
it
trying to joke.
embarrassing though?
No, not even trying to joke. But think about it, right? Like this dude, right? Is like this dude is like, man, this dude. What if he kills me and I die not by a sword? It's disrespectful to a swordsman. Like
I mean, it doesn't really matter though because technically, if Luffy were to fight him right now, like what they did back in
he didn't want to fight Luffy
um
though.
oh no, I know, but remember when they had that skirmish back
Hmm.
like in pre Timeskip? If this something like this happened now, he'll get killed by Luffy, and I don't think there'll be anything shameful
Wait,
about that.
who get killed by who?
Luffy, Zoro, like current Luffy would
Luffy is
kill Zoro.
washing Zoro, bro. He's washing his.
Current
He's
Luffy would kill Zoro.
Luffy is watching Zoro. He's watching Sanji.
Everybody,
He's
All
he,
right, all right, all
putting
right, all
them on a
right, all
shirt.
right. I don't know about a wash. Not on
it is a
Zoro.
The
wash.
man is clashing with a conquer. Bro,
Zoro.
okay,
I
explain
do
yourself.
not
Explain
believe
yourself.
the gap. I do not believe the gap between any of the monster. Okay, well,
Nah, no.
maybe between Sanji
You
and
know
Luffy.
why it's so large? Because we gotta think about it. We gotta think about the difference between a Yonko and the Yonko commanders of all the
Thank
other
you. That's what I
Yonko.
was about to say. Like literally, the difference is in the people that he has to go up against. Think of
Yeah, I
how
mean,
Zoro is
yeah.
going up. Like
Just think of how much stronger Katakuri is than King. Think of how much stronger Big Mom is
Oh,
than
whoa. I don't know if I
Katakuri.
agree that King is weaker than Katakuri because we haven't seen everything the
Well,
man can do yet.
I'm not
that's
saying
true.
I didn't
That's
say that.
true.
I didn't say King was weaker than Katakuri.
Okay, sorry.
I
I'm
said
sorry.
think of how the difference is between I meant to say Kaido, my bad. I don't know if I said Kakarot or not, but I meant to say think
No,
about the
you're speaking
difference.
your true feelings. It's okay. I agree. But yeah, go
Well, no. I mean, I don't really know.
ahead.
I mean, I'm wait. I'm
But
not trying to cut you off, but one thing I do want to say is, um, we did see Queen use armor in hockey. So, granted it was only for one, to block one attack, but it's pretty evident, or at least I would hope that the fight between these four is just getting started. I would
yeah,
hope
of
that
course.
because once they get serious, I guarantee King's gonna bust out something hockey related that's comparable to what Katakuri can do. Doesn't mean it's observation related. Could just be armaments based. Could
Right.
even be conquerors based for all we know. Since Zoro obviously has conquerors now, maybe K will have conquerors.
Right. But yeah, man, the Yonko are so much stronger than their commanders. So, and Luffy's a
Yeah.
Yonko, so you know.
Well, the funny thing though is it could also be an age difference thing because Kaido's been around so much longer than King, so of course he's had more time to get stronger and get to that level.
It's
But
not
if
even
they
time.
were,
Their ages are very close. If you remember the SBS card, the information that came out from the Vero card, they're all in their 50s. Queen, Kaido, and King, they're all in their 50s.
was stated to be younger than 50.
Nah, they're in their 50s.
So,
wow, that's pretty lame.
I'm telling you, bro.
yeah, they're so
Age
old.
is nothing. Like, it's just your potential. And plus, you have to keep in mind, right? When you're hanging around the likes of Zebek, you're gonna get strong. It's just no two ways about it. So
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Z. I knew you were going to say something.
No, I really didn't. I was just basically my point was the Yonko are much more stronger than their commanders. But
Right.
do y'all definitely agree that Yamato is like many times stronger than Zoro and Sanji?
No. For
What?
the very simple fact that I haven't seen her do anything.
Huh?
Don't believe. I said
She
I
went
haven't
against
seen
Kaido
Yamato.
1v1.
I think she's stronger than Luffy currently.
No, but here's the thing, right?
Oh, stronger than Luffy?
She
Whoa,
is.
whoa.
Yeah, I know that's a
Let
very
me think
bold
about that.
statement.
Let me
to
think
make,
about that. Let me.
But I'm basing
Okay,
it off
okay.
of what I've seen.
You know what, Kat? I feel like I understand where you're trying to come from. You're trying to say that because when you think about it, Luffy is fighting Kaido after Yamato, but still, I don't really think that because I think Kaido. It's weird because Kaido, we gotta think about this. Kaido, how many people has Kaido fought? You know, like
a lot.
and this is
Like,
why.
you have to think about this, right? When Luffy got up to the rooftop, when the roof piece started, he literally rocked Kaido, and you could
Right.
arguably say that it was a semi-fresh
Well,
Kaido because he just got done dealing with the Scabbards, and that was light work. Right?
I think Kaido was just caught off guard
They
though.
didn't transform to take them down.
Yeah, so you're telling me like Yamato was going up against a Kaido that's arguably been exhausted, and we got confirmation of that in the latest chapter. That he's not.
Angered me.
What's that?
Huh?
That whole losing power thing that kind of angered me.
Wait, why? Why?
Bro, honestly, I kind of get why you say
so
that.
much more from Kaido.
Are you serious, dude?
You know what?
Okay, let me
Here's the
explain
thing,
to you
right?
all that Kaido's done. He's fought the Scabbards all day. He's fought freaking Okay,
Scabbards are lame.
wait, no, wait. Okay, who else? I'm trying to think. I'm tripping right now because that was a crazy statement. He's holding up an entire island right now. He's fighting everybody all day. He's whooped everyone's ass the entire day.
The supernova and then all that stuff.
And I get
Yeah, the
that this is
supernova.
probably
He's been whooping everyone's ass the entire day, and he's holding up an island right now.
I get that, but here's the thing.
How much stronger does he need to be, man?
This is been something that I've kept in my chest for a while, and it's just ready to explode.
And then two, we gotta remember Kaido was actually lost before too. His first introduction.
I'll get back to my Yamato point after you talk about why you're upset about Kaido being wicked.
Yeah, go ahead, Kat. Go ahead.
Why am I upset about Kaido? All right. Number one. So, explain to me why the only people who showed awakening for Devil Fruits have been Yonko Commander level. Kaido apparently doesn't have one.
Wait, where the
Big Mom hasn't shown one. Who knows if she even has one? So, isn't it just a little bit odd that the ones that have better hockey feats and Devil Fruit feats when it comes to mastery are the likes of Katakuri and Doflamingo? Why doesn't Kaido have a Devil Fruit Awakening? He's one of the freaking Yonko. He's arguably got the most powerful mythical zone fruit in existence. Arguably. Not confirmed, of course.
Mhm.
And you mean to tell me that this man, this
This
seeming
thing,
unstoppable force, doesn't have awakening? Now,
he does.
He just hasn't
maybe
used it yet.
Yeah.
okay, okay. So maybe that will come into play. I actually had a I don't know if it's a theory, but I did have a sort of idea that I wasn't necessarily going to go into. But okay, so if he hasn't used it yet, all right, that makes sense. Maybe he will use it. Um, it's just yeah, I can accept that Whitebeard and Roger were supposed to be that much stronger than those two because they were considered the best of the best. They were considered top dogs. Um, the story itself kind of shows us that even a very weak Whitebeard could tangle with more than one admiral. Not at the same time, of course, but over the course of an entire battle, and still have enough energy left to deal some damage to Blackbeard. So that's ridiculously impressive, right? So maybe it was Oda's plan to have Whitebeard just be that much higher in his prime than Kaido and Big Mom. That's definitely what I believe, based on the feats I've seen. Um, but even then, why is it that only Katakuri has future sight so far? Only him? Like, and yes, Luffy, but you'd think that I mean, I guess maybe the argument could be Kaido is so arrogant and full of himself that he doesn't see a need to use observation hockey like that. Okay, that's understandable. But I don't know, something about it still kind of makes it feel as though while I know Katakuri is not as strong as Kaido, it's almost like if you have future sight, I mean that makes you pretty freaking ridiculous.
Right.
It kind of makes the balance or the scales, and I'm not talking about power scaling here. I'm just talking about overall abilities. It kind of makes it feel a little out of whack. Um,
Hmm.
like
Well, the thing about Future Sight, right? It's a very niche, a very specific ability. Remember Fujitora and also Usopp back in Dressrosa. You see that type of observation hacking? That's also a different branch, right? Katakuri can't do that, but Usopp and Fujitora can, where you can see. Well, because it's different types of perceptions, and I think that's what's going on with Kaido. Where, because remember when Luffy was learning haki, we got the flashback with Rayleigh, right? And Rayleigh said, at some point you will meet some individuals who have crazy observation haki. Amongst them, there are some who are able to even see into the future, right? So already there it implies that even if you're top tier, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna have that ability. More so, it's different affinities, right? And like some people are just better at a certain type of observation than others. And the way it's broken down in the story so far, it seems to be in two categories, which is like sensory type and premonition type. Where the sensory type, you're basically able to sense stuff at a level that other people can't. And then the premonition time is basically what Katakuri does. Because if you think about it, right? Back in Fishman Island, remember when Hody was firing off those darts or lances at Luffy, and it looked like Luffy was barely moving because he was kind of predicting where the bullets were going, right? It was a
Mm-hmm.
form of that. And I feel like everybody on a level has that. But then when you push that branch to the next level, that's when you get future sight. And remember when, still back in Fishman Island, when they were able to tell that Caribou was somewhere in the castle, That's not future sight. That's like being able to sense certain things that you can't see, and most people can't also sense, right? So there's different types of observation haki. So you can become really proficient at observation haki, but it may not be in the sense of future sight. It may just be in the sense of being able to tell, okay, I have enemies around here. There's this many, and they're that strong, or stuff like that, right?
Right. And
So
then
that's kind of difference.
yeah, and to kind of piggyback off of that, I guess, um, I do agree, but I also do believe there are those who are, while rare, probably have mastered every form of it. I do believe that.
Like the God King Shanks. Let's go,
I think
baby.
Roger probably mastered every single aspect of hockey,
I
and we
mean,
just
I would
haven't
give
seen all
everything
of
to
them.
Roger.
I
Like, yeah, he's
think
got everything.
Whitebeard would have been the same way, because Marco kind of hints at him back in his younger years, never being hit by certain attacks, as though he
Mhm,
could see them coming before they came.
mhm.
So that's possible. Here's my thing, and this is something. Well, it's not really my thing, but it's something that I've kind of thought will be the case for a while now.
Now you was finesse it.
I think um, I think there's going to be varying. I think there's going to be branches of hockey for all three forms.
Mhm.
Um,
There are. I think there definitely are.
and I think Oda is just waiting for the most appropriate times to reveal those. I think there will be more than one way to use advanced armaments. Maybe some people can kind of use it like, I don't want to say a blast, but
No, no,
maybe
no, 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 no,
similar.
no, no, no. That's no, no, no. Don't correct yourself. That's exactly it. That's literally the first thing we saw Rayleigh do
Yep.
on Ruskina. That's exactly it. But
Um,
we haven't seen any top tiers do it. But yeah, literally like that.
but not just a blast that's that close. I mean, if Mihawk can send a slash of air that far away, who's to say somebody with advanced armament can't launch a freaking force from their palm
That's
that
where I
far?
expected to go eventually. Yep.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, what's going
and then
on?
of course with Conquerors, I mean, I think there's a lot more to that we haven't seen, which I'm hoping we'll get. Maybe not with Shanks himself, but I don't know, maybe in another Roger flashback. Maybe we'll see more of that fight between him and Whitebeard, and at that point, Oda will basically, okay, there's a reason I didn't show you more of that fight, and here's why. Um, I like to think there's a reason as to why he didn't show more of it,
Mm-hmm.
because he wants to show those abilities. It's kind of like how when we saw the two clash, and we saw that whole, the black lightning sparks kind of, colliding with each other. Most of us probably thought, oh, well, that must be advanced armament hockey, right? Only to find out many chapters later, oh no, that's Conquerors. Um, as we basically see with Kaido and Luffy. So I think we will see more of that, and then chapters later say, oh, okay, that makes sense. Um, and I know I completely derailed the conversation here. I really do apologize, because we're supposed to be talking about Sanji and Zoro, basically.
No, no,
But
no. Yeah,
Oh, Cat. I'm
yeah.
not Cat, but Russ in the chat said he agreed with Teddy saying a feature sight was a niche ability.
Hey, appreciate you. But yeah,
yeah,
no. So, and getting back to what you were saying earlier, right? There's a couple of things. So basically, the version of Kaido that Yamato fought, to me, wasn't like, if it was proper Kaido, she would have been left like shaken on the ground, right? And also keep in mind, as much as people say that Kaido really was out here trying to kill Yamato, I don't think he really was.
I
Because
agree.
if he was, like, she would have died.
Yeah,
I personally don't believe that. Yeah. So
I think he's having the
having
time of his
said that,
life.
right? Yeah. So I really don't think that she's on the same level as Luffy, because where Luffy, he hit a fresher Kaido and made that nigga eat dirt, and it was like, oh my god.
Are
Even
you
Big
talking
Mom
about when
was
you
shook.
used Conquerors to hit him?
Yeah, when you use the red rock, right?
Oh
Even
my
Big Mom was
god.
embarrassed. He had secondhand embarrassment for Kaido. Like, yo, my dog, get up. What is this? How you gonna let him slump like this? Right? So I don't see Yamato doing something like that. So no, I don't think that she's as strong as Luffy. But
I sorry.
going back real quick, and then you can go. I kind of see your point with Kaido saying that uh, you thought he would be stronger. The thing, right, that Oda needs to do more of is show, don't tell.
Yeah.
When we got introduced to Kaido, especially in the manga, and he one shot a gear for Luffy,
Yep.
everybody put respect on Kaido's name, and I think people want to see more of that because unfortunately that's the amount of lore that Oda has built around the emperors. That when you come in front of them, expect to cease to exist, okay?
Right.
Because they're just
That's very true.
that dominant of a force, right?
Which we haven't seen
But
at all.
I just want to note real fast that despite all the memes I'm showing, I do like Zoro and Sanji. I just like to troll his fans because his fans, not his fans,
The toxic fan.
his tards, his specifically his tards, not just his fans. Because
Yeah,
there's some
no,
cool
yeah.
Zoro
Respect to the
fans.
fans. The fans
I
are cool. Yeah,
like Zoro too. I just don't. It's not that I don't like the people who are his fans, because I mean, we're all fans here. We're all fans of the characters. I just don't like it when people.
one character gets brought down at the expense
Yeah.
of the other. Yeah.
No, I mean, it'd be like me coming in every discussion and saying Whitebeard is king, Whitebeard is king, Whitebeard is king, when he's not even part of the conversation.
Yeah.
That's when I start to take issue. And yeah, I'm a huge Whitebeard fan. I would honestly consider him to be my number one character. Yes, I know I'm a Katakuri fan, but I didn't know Whitebeard was going to impress me so much in his younger years, and I don't mean power-wise. I mean overall characterization. Like having so much respect for Wano and being like, we won't cause any damage here. I'm like, oh my god, this guy is so honorable. He's so respectful. He's so friendly, despite what the world of One Piece would want you to believe.
Yeah. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying, but
Made me a freaking fan. But well, I should let you go because you had something to say.
no. I was just trying to bring it back full
Yeah,
circle, but
bring it back. Yeah, definitely.
but yeah, I mean like to really get on Sanji though, like besides the possible negatives, the reason why I said earlier that Sanji's OP is because like we gotta really think about this. Like he's not even using the raise suit. We gotta think about this, right? He isn't even using armament hockey. He can regenerate. He has like a stronger skeleton now. He also is probably faster, probably is physically stronger, more durable. He can fly. He uses flames and he's probably resistant to fire to some extent. He can go, and then when he puts ratio on, he can go invincible. He can fly even more. And it's like, yeah, like Sanji is really a whole mutant. He's really has like a lot of abilities. This is why I said Sanji's OP, like, because right now, like, obviously, like DC wise, like Zoro's over Sanji. Um, but when it comes to like durability, like I definitely think Sanji's definitely more durable than Sanji right now. I mean, than Zoro right now, easily.
Oh man. Oh yeah, definitely. What we've seen from this latest chapter, it's making him out to look like a durability monster. But my thing, right? The reason why I'm like, he definitely still needs Haki because he's
But just
still
and then also
like
that too, and then
he's used
also
some of his nicer kicks on Queen, right? And
right.
Queen is barely phased by them, and it's like just having a harder exoskeleton. I feel he still needs that. He needs to pack a punch, right? And sometimes with Haki, you can get that penetration that you can with just regular blunt force.
Not to mention
That's
getting
why
up
I'm
for
like,
double sword abilities.
yeah. So I'm like, yeah,
I'm sorry. You were
no, you good,
talking, and I was just talking over you.
No, you good, because you're basically like enhancing my point. So yeah, go on.
Yeah, because
And then also
whole...
my bad. I'll just say this one thing and then Cat can go. Also, speaking of that armament hockey, Zoro. I mean, like you said, he hasn't even used like advanced armament hockey yet. So he hasn't even used that. Like Sanji's a complete monster right now. But yeah, go ahead, Kat.
What was I gonna, well, first of all, what I want to say is, um, when it comes to what Raph here said about um, durable, about who. Wait a minute. I must be forgetting things really easily right now. Who was it? Who was it again that said that right now Sanji's more durable than Zoro?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I agree. Only when it comes to their bodies. What I mean is, if Zoro starts using armaments, then I think he can make his body as durable with that. But
Yeah,
without
but
hockey, yeah, definitely.
that's a weird argument because this is a segment to where we can probably just go back and forth on the discussion of this.
Pretty much.
Because like I could say something you I don't know about that. Yeah, type of thing. I feel like that's what we're finna get into. But the reason why I think that's a weird argument that because so if right now Sanji is stronger, not stronger specifically, but more durable than Zoro, and he also uses armament, then that would overpower Zoro's armament. You get what I'm saying, right?
I see what you're
Like,
saying, but I wasn't talking about Sanji using that.
yeah, but we know
Oh,
we know Sanji can use armament. He's used it right before, right?
right, but I don't think he would use it over his entire body. He would use
No,
it on his legs
Zoro.
and
So you
feet.
think Zoro's using armament to? You think Zoro's gonna go full? But that would be fire though. Even
I
though full
think
body
that
is completely useless every time. It would.
I think that
I was
because
about to say, yeah.
I think that because it is supposed to be something Zoro is better at than Sanji, and to me, better at means can do things with it that the other can't. So, which is part of the reason why I'm expecting Luffy to pull something out that's Conquerors related that'll just go beyond what Zoro can do. But that's a completely different. That's completely off track. So when it comes to Sanji, he's supposed to be the observation. It's not stated in the series, of course, so I don't like to use the term specialist anymore. It's. I mean, I think Oda might have officially stated that at some point.
Who started using
Then
specialists
again,
anyways?
right. So what the heck was I trying to say? God, I lost my train of thought. 1 second.
I think what you should do, because I mean I have that problem too to some degree, but I've gotten better with is that you should kind of think about like what you're gonna say next, or just slow down,
I do, and then when I listen to other people talk,
or
I
you could
forget
be
about
like,
it.
or you can compartmentalize it, like instead of like saying something and then going to something completely different, be like, okay, I said it where I wanted to
Right.
stay specifically on this subject, and then with
Yeah.
that.
All right. This because I have an easy time forgetting things when I'm listening to whatever someone else is saying. But yeah, what I was trying to say is I don't see. Okay. All right. So we were talking about. Just gonna backtrack real quick, and then refresh my memory. So you said that um, that right, because we were talking about armament hockey, and we were talking about how if Sanji used it on top of his exoskeleton, which I don't even know if I'd call it that, but that's getting sidetracked. Um, that it would overwhelm Zoro's, right? Or well, it would be superior. Okay. Well, what I was trying to say is I don't see Sanji using full body armament because every time he goes to block an attack, since he obviously doesn't use his hands to fight, with the exception of using it to to like kind of do handsprings and whatnot. Um, he uses his legs and feet to block. So that's where he would apply the armaments to his legs and feet. Um, with Zoro, because of the fact that he isn't going to be doing that, because he will, he is primarily a swordsman, but we have seen Zoro, deliver a kick in some of his fights. We saw him do that on Mr. One at least one time. I believe we saw him do that when he took on Buggy, if I'm not mistaken. And of course we know that while he's not a hand-to-hand specialist, he can put up a good fist fight. He can put up a good fight with his bare hands. So because of that, and the fact that Zoro is supposed to be, I don't want to say he's a tank, because he's also very fast in his own right. Right, the way when he swings his swords, he can, when using certain techniques, move so fast that the viewer can't actually see it. So
Yeah.
it's very clear that he's not slow. But the idea seems to be that when it comes to running speed and just overall speed,
Oh, you know what?
revolving around what?
Oh, go ahead. Finish your point, but I just thought something that'd be really cool. I probably said it before or something, but
Okay. So my point is just that I don't see Sanji ever using armament haki over more than just his legs, because it's how he fights. Whereas with Zoro, I can more easily see him potentially applying armament haki to his entire body, because it is supposed to be his main thing, and Sanji's is supposed to be observation related, which I do think Sanji will showcase something observation related in this fight. Same with Zoro and armament haki, because those are their specialties. Anyway, your point.
okay. My point is, it would be cool if at a Jesus Christ, it would be cool if at a certain point, like we see like because I got found out what that tweet is. I'm gonna try to find it during the stream, but it was a tweet about how like even though this chapter brought back the whole Zoro versus Sanji toxicity, and on some level I'm also laughing at the jokes too, but even though it brought that back, like they show like a panel of like them both like complimenting each other, and since that happened, it would be cool if like they use each other's like abilities. Like something happened to where Sanji used Emma, and then Zoro used some type of special kick attack or something.
But I thought you were going to suggest that Sanji maybe kicks the sword, like jumps into the air and soccer ball kicks it or something.
He drops kicks Emma into King into Kaido.
I think it reminds me of. I'm not trying to get sidetracked, the conversation sidetracked, but it reminds me of a scene where I think Jet Li in one of his movies kicked a knife or something and sent it flying at his opponent. So now I'm imagining Sanji doing that with Enma. He just throws it into the air, bam, and maybe kicks it to Zoro and says, "I've got." Oh, that would be a great scene. Zoro maybe drops his sword, and Sanji's like, I've got this." Runs behind King, grabs it, throws it into the air, kicks it right at Zoro. Zoro jumps into the air and maybe cuts King at the same time.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Can you hear me?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I could hear you. Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, I apologize for that.
You know what's crazy though?
Apparently I'm
That
getting
actually
a
helps.
call.
That
Hold on,
actually
I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump, leave and come back.
oh, no, don't do that. Ah, dang it. What if his mic comes back and it's spiking again, bro?
I
Because
know.
I thought that was my fault. Yo, what's good, guys?
because Russ, you
Yo,
saved us,
what's going
man.
on, bro?
You saved us. His mic started sounding normally.
Very sorry about that.
Oh, it's spiking again. Okay, okay. Yeah, welcome back, bro.
For some reason, whenever I receive a call on Facebook Messenger or any kind of call, and I'm in a voice chat on Discord, immediately my
You keep
volume
it
goes
down.
down even after I'm no longer in that messenger call.
Oh yeah, yeah, it does that.
And I
That's
hate that
just the setting.
so much.
Hey, you know what? It's just that it's Discord trying to save you. Make sure you don't expose yourself by accident. Like, what if it's your weed dealer is calling you, and then you
Right.
accidentally drop some confidential information on Discord? You never know who might be recording what. So Discord out here looking out for you.
And just so you're aware, YouTube, because I know we're still on a stream, none of us here do that. So don't.
Yeah, we don't do that.
Don't worry.
We're good boys.
We don't do that.
With
Wink, wink.
with
Well,
Disney.
I certainly don't do that. I don't mess with that stuff.
we don't dabble in the devil's lettuce. All right.
That was lettuce. That sounds like a Santi attack. Like devil's lettuce in French.
I know.
Oh man, but
yeah, no. I honestly I don't know how much the exoskeleton is going to help. Honestly, but we'll just have to wait and see, I guess, because I still definitely think he needs that hacking.
well, he
I mean,
totally does.
before y'all talk about him having the exoskeleton, you should think about maybe the negatives and the downsides. Because I was trying to look for the Twitter post. Someone was saying that what if like it messes him up with his cooking? Like, what if he's not able to feel the heat of the cooking, or like
I don't know if that would happen.
like the downside to it in the long run, like after this arc.
I would hope that Oda wouldn't go that route because cooking is pretty much the reason he's part of a crew. Let's be part of the crew. So that would be really terrible. It'd be nice if it's something that maybe kind of activates and deactivates the damage. So like, when he's no longer fighting, maybe it just kind of turns off, quote unquote, and then when he's in a fight again, it'll kind of come back on, if that makes any sense. But that would suck. That would really suck.
No, that would be horrible. That's like a defining aspect of his character. If that happens, I'd be like, Oda.
That'd be as bad as Zoro losing his arms.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to take the first flight out to Japan, and I will find this man. If it's the last thing I do, he may be in the bunker somewhere. I don't care. I will find him, and we will have a heart-to-heart conversation.
You finna hit him with that. You finna hit him with that Gaplin.
The first thing Oda hears is you come in his door, Diablo Jumbe.
I mean, you know what? You remember that scene in Chronic Hazard? One of my favorite Zoro
dynamic entry.
No. One of my favorite scenes of Zoro is when he asks Monet, "Have you ever met a wild beast you were absolutely sure was not gonna bite?"
Oh god,
Yo, that was fire.
Yeah, that's my favorite scene.
When I meet up, bro, that's what gives me goosebumps to this day. Now, if I meet up Oda, I'd be like, "Have you ever been punched by a black man?" Because you're about to feel it.
Oh god, you're being serious there, and the nerd in me just imagined that as some kind of anime attack where it's like imagine being punched 1,000,000 times in a second.
That would be sick. Yeah, no.
It sounds like it's probably a Garp attack. It's like 1,000 fists in one punch.
Oh yeah. Just condense into one on some Toriko type stuff. But
I'm literally expecting Netero stuff from Garp, like with his punches. I am straight up expecting that.
Oh my goodness!
Punch Sonic Boom. Punch Sonic Boom.
Wait, Garth's gonna say punch Sonic Boom?
Yeah, you know what a Sonic Boom is.
Yeah, but I'm just imagining like Garp just being like light speed punch.
I mean, I can see it because he's freaking Garp the Fist, and I mean the man. He's gonna be ridiculous whenever he goes all out. But yeah, that's way off topic.
So I mean, we can bring it back to the topic. So how good is Riverine Sanji doing against any Admiral?
He's getting bodied.
Damn.
I
Yeah,
mean, here's the thing though.
losing.
I mean, if he gets hit with a powerful, like enough force and whatnot, especially if he's not coded in hockey, you see what happened when Sanji kicked Yonji's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right?
Especially if it's Kizaru and at light speed too.
Have you ever been kicked at the speed of light, baby? Like, yo, that'd be crazy.
I mean, that would
I
that would
don't
ask
know
the
that
question
Sanji
of
can
how
tank
strong
that.
these commanders are compared
I
to the
mean,
admirals, though. Because if
I
mean,
still have the admirals way above the commanders, honestly.
I do too.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
I don't see Katakuri even standing a chance. Okay, maybe not, not standing a chance, but definitely not winning.
Not the older tier admirals, but like Fujitora and like Green Bull. I'm sure that commanders are doing, especially someone like Katakuri and King would do better against them.
It's very possible because we can assume the old admirals. Once you become an admiral, since we don't know the full requirements power wise to become an admiral, it's entirely possible that the older admirals, they mastered things to a higher degree as they, held those positions. And Fujitora and Green Bull, they're still up and coming. Like they're gonna get there eventually, but not yet. So yeah, I agree with that.
It's funny because some people like to match up Kizaru versus Katakuri just because one has blinding speed and the other one has premonition, like future sight. And yeah, people say, "Oh, but if you can see into the future, then you dodge everything."
How do we know?
Not really. Not really.
Into the future.
I kind of disagree with that because
no,
I feel
you
like
can't.
sometimes even if you know something's gonna happen, that doesn't necessarily mean
because like
you have the
Kaido
reaction
speed
time to
Luffy.
see it.
Yeah,
Kaido speed with Luffy, and Luffy saw it, and he couldn't do nothing.
Didn't Rayleigh mention something about seeing something or sensing something isn't enough? Your body has to be fast enough to react to it. Didn't he say something like that?
I mean, that's obviously the
I
case
think
because
flashbacks wouldn't surprise me.
Exactly. I don't know if it did, but if it did, it wouldn't surprise me because
I mean, it wouldn't make sense for just hockey alone to do that because, I'm not trying to bring Naruto into this, even though I'm going to use it as an example. One of the reasons why the Sharingan's ability to see things or sense things isn't just,
Good
end
enough.
all be all is because if your body's not fast enough, you're getting hit.
Yeah, like the recent Boruto episode of Enya saw that.
no, I don't watch Boruto.
I don't watch Boruto. I don't watch Boruto, so no.
Burrito.
Well, I watched it, just the recent ones, just cause like same like you were just saying with like Sasuke, like he couldn't react to Ishiki, he couldn't react to his speed.
I was more so referring to Killer B and I think A, but
Man, I'm just imagining like
a
a dope fight, like freaking like I said about speed, like an invisible raid suit Sanji versus Kizaru. Like it's like.
But I'd have to assume that Kizaru, because for all we know, he might have future sight. We don't know that for sure.
Imagine too that they also have, like they both have future. Oh my gosh, Kizaru future sight. Oh Jesus Christ.
Because I mean, the man still can travel at the speed of light, I would assume, or at least be faster than Kizaru movement wise. So I just don't see.
Oda's definitely gonna give him speed of light, cause Oda likes how he likes to do his characters. Not what I know. I mean, I meant to say he's definitely gonna give a Kizaru future sight.
He probably will. I mean,
and it's just his whole speed battle.
The Admirals have to be all that, and I mean honestly, even if you look back at Marineford, it wasn't confirmed, of course, but when Akainu was, quote unquote, getting hit by those attacks and complaining about them using hockey, if that was real hockey and he wasn't, defending himself in some way, he would have gotten hit. but it seemed as though when you saw those kind of splashes of magma, that Aka Inu may have actually been using observation to tell whether his attacks were coming and just open up, magma holes in himself to allow every punch and kick to go through it.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Like Katakuri did for himself, but in this case, an actual Logia user.
Yeah. Which would make sense because, the admirals are, especially the original trio, they kind of seemed like they were. I don't want to say a class of their own because that's kind of
Underrating.
Green Bull and Fujitora, but it probably is true that the original three are stronger. I don't even know why I said that again because didn't I just say that twice already? But yeah. The king of getting off topic is me, ladies and gentlemen.
And the award for tangents that go on forever goes to, no.
I remember Ralph. I think Ralph used to be like
that's the
that.
nature of the beast, really, though.
I think
me?
I think Ralph
No.
used to be the tangent king though.
No, not at all. What I do, right, is I'll take one aspect of the topic and I explore it as far as I possibly can. So it's not really a tangent because I just go off in that specific direction for a long time. But yeah, just like I'm doing right now.
No. What you saying right now at that point in time matched up with the point in time of the specific topic of the. Now that's going off topic, but
I hope you brought your popcorn, viewers, because, well, at least one of us here, and I'm talking about myself, doesn't seem to know what he's talking about.
I might go get me some popcorn. That's a good idea. But
Oh man,
speaking,
the popcorn stream where all we do is crunch the entire time.
we just
But
do that. We just do April
One thing I was gonna say real quick about what you said about you being upset that Kaido seems to be getting exhausted already. I was going to say, right? I wish we would have seen more casualties, like more meaningful casualties from him. It's the same way that a lot of people have been saying that the scabbards should all be dead or most of them be dead by now. I feel like having those significant casualties just add to the fact that he's that force, right?
True.
And so far it doesn't seem like he's really because he hasn't been hit that many times. So I think that's the reason why we kind of struggle to see him getting quote unquote exhausted now. But when you think about it, the fact that he's been supporting a whole island this whole time while finding people, it kind of makes sense, right? And
yeah. I mean, the fact that it's clouds created by his Devil Fruit ability kind of makes me not as accepting of it because he's not using physical strength to hold it up.
Yeah.
But then again, there's something that I had actually been thinking of, and that's the fact that, if I'm not mistaken, all Zoan fruit users have greater healing abilities or a faster healing than anybody else, right? I believe that was stated about Zoan fruit users in general.
Was that stated?
I could have sworn it was.
I know they have great durability. I know that. I know their durability is crazy.
I could have sworn it was said that.
It might be. I just don't remember.
It might have been the awakened Zoan users from Impel Down,
Yes.
but I can't.
So how about this? We can assume that mythical Zoans can awaken. It's probably not going to be every single one of them, of course, but they probably would have the capacity to do so, since I'd assume every class of Devil Fruit has the potential to awaken. So, whether Kaido has it or doesn't, if he does, would it be too out there for a mythical Zoan such as Kaido to basically get a full restore from Awakening? You know, at least healing all of his wounds and whatnot, because I don't think that'd be too far fetched. It would certainly, maybe that would be, the reveal for why Kaido, that legend about Kaido being captured so many times. Maybe his awakening kicked in and saved him. Maybe it kicks in when he's taking too much damage or something. Maybe Zoans can't actually bring it out whenever they want to. They have to wait until a certain point, then they awaken, and and go from there. So, could that be a possibility? That he awakens and all of his wounds basically heal, and then it's then it just goes from there.
I would actually kind of like that idea. I was thinking about it. It might be the next step because that's what we know zones to be like. At least awakened zones where
That would be
once they
terrifying
act
too.
like they're. It would be, and I feel it would definitely add to the threat we're made to feel Kaido is supposed to be. You know.
Right.
So
Like
I'm looking forward to, like, this whole time I've been thinking there is no way that Luffy's gonna come back and suddenly start doing well against him. I think there's definitely more to the situation, and because you have to think when he got sent to the sea, right, when Luffy got brought to the sea, we didn't see what Kaido did to make that happen.
True.
And in typical Oda fashion, I think I know why that is. Because he wasn't ready to show it yet, right? Yeah, he was saving it for when he's gonna have to bring him back again, and this time, Kaido's probably gonna be like, okay, you know what? I made the mistake last time to send you in the water. This time, I'm going to make sure.
oh, so you don't think this would be the final fight against Kaido?
I see. I think there might be one more round. Yeah, I
Okay,
don't.
so
Yeah.
so that would mean this act is finally ending because I know y'all like whoa because y'all forgot it was even an act. Y'all forgot all about
I
the
didn't
acts.
forget. We just no. We just accepted that Act 3 never ends. That's all.
Yeah, it should have been an Act 4 by now.
Like,
well,
where's that Blackbeard meme?
have we all read the chapter?
Yeah, well, I have.
And V, you've said you've seen.
I pretty
all the
much I
story?
might as well have read the chapter. I read the chapter, just I haven't looked at the
Can I
pictures.
say something then?
I've read the novel version.
Right. Can I say something then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Based on this chapter, I don't think Act 4 will actually be about Kaido.
It'd be about the
CP0.
the Marines, the world government.
Oh yeah.
Because this chapter basically confirmed from the mouth of Rob Lucci himself, we're coming.
Rob Lucci's a bitch.
Rob Lucci is finna get washed again, man.
He a bitch, bro. He a bitch.
I personally don't see it that way.
He finna go against Brook.
I guarantee it's not just going to be him. I guarantee whatever weapon Vegapunk was cooking up that's supposed to replace the Warlords is going to be on those ships.
Like,
so
they're finna be like, oh, you trying to take Robin again? How many times you gotta teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah, I hated that. Like, here's the thing that doesn't make any sense to me. You wanted her dead 2 years ago. And so, yes, CP9 failed.
Yeah, his only goal in life is to capture criminals. Like, this man don't beat his meat. This man don't get a girlfriend. He don't do nothing.
Capture Robin if the only reason you wanted her out of the picture was so that she wouldn't potentially reveal something about the Void Century or, discover information that could potentially be used against you. Wouldn't it make more sense for you to just say, hey, Lucci, Sorrow in there and knock her head off of her neck.
He's
Obviously, I'm not saying I want that to happen, and it obviously won't happen. But as the world government, shouldn't your orders be CP0, go in there and kill her? Why are you going to freaking not rescue her, abduct her, potentially leading the likes of Blackbeard towards you?
because
Should be right on the
because the
doorstep of
villains
Mary Joa.
because and you know why Robin will probably truly get captured again? Because they even put that doubt out there. Because the villains in shonen or in fiction in general, even in super adult shows, they always capture their enemies. They don't kill them.
But
So
do we need it to happen a second time? Like, can this be one of those moments where it's what their plan is, but their plan fails and they don't manage to capture her because somebody manages to fend them off? Can that maybe happen instead? Because nobody wants to see Robin get captured again.
I don't, because it's sad. But
it is sad, and it's already been done before, and I mean,
like, I wouldn't blame Robin for being traumatized for life.
The only good thing that could possibly come out of it would be to see a completely enraged Luffy just wrecking face. But
if Rob Lucci captures Robin again, I hope he gets killed.
He honestly, at this point,
At that point, he deserved to get killed.
Yeah, bro. I hope Luffy be like, all right, I'm putting you in the dirt, bro. Like ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way. Ain't no fucking way, boy.
He would turn that freaking leopard into a freaking rotisserie roasted meat product by hitting him with a freaking Red Hawk.
Yeah, we're mince meat out of that motherfucker. No, see, the thing is, right? The reason why I don't necessarily see an issue with Robin getting captured. First of all, we over here assuming that the Marines are gonna capture. For all we know, one of the pirates, like Blackbeard, even Kaido, Big Mom could get a hold of her. Like literally, Robin's fate is in the balance right now. We don't know which way the balance is gonna tip. So, I like where I'm at right now. I don't even know what's gonna happen with her. I can't even make any assumptions. I'm just at this point just holding my breath to see.
I just had a crazy idea.
What?
I know this won't happen, but could you imagine if somehow Sanji ended up jumping, pushing her out of the way and getting captured himself by them? Like he's like wearing a wig or something, and they're looking at like, who's this? Gotcha.
I mean, at that point, he's dead.
You know, be funny too. Like if Lucci tries to be a smart, he tries to be like a smart villain. Like he's like, I'm gonna kill you right now, so ain't nobody can take you away. Then it just his hand breaks or something when he tries to kill Sanji.
Oh, Lucci! Oh my God! So what? So Sanji goes to protect her from Lucci. Lucci goes to attack him, and then he like breaks his hand.
Like finger pistol. His finger looking like Deadpool in that movie when he punched.
Oh my God! But yeah, I personally don't think that CP0 are going to be as weak as people think they are.
Right.
Because let's not forget what Mother Caramel said about a young Big Mom, that she had the potential to be either a future fleet admiral or a member of CP0. I don't think Oda would have written that in there if CP0 were only going to be slightly stronger than CP9.
True.
I mean, maybe not Lucci himself, but whoever his superiors are, they have to be up there.
Jesus Christ, what keep happening? I just hate Lucci, you know what I'm saying? I don't hate him I think he's a good character, I guess, but I just hate him. So I want him to get rocked. But,
I want him to get rocked too, but he's also freaking sly and cool. That's why I can't necessarily hate him.
Yeah, he's got too much drip. I respect the drip.
He's a celestial dragon dick sucker.
Oh,
I mean,
he's right though.
You're right, but you kind of have to be unless you want to, because I mean,
I don't know, man, because this like the emotional arc that they had with Robin, man, like it's very rare times that I've really felt like okay, so you feel emotion for a fictional character, but I feel like real life, real emotion. Like this is someone is a real person actually going through this, like the way they wrote her story. So that's why I just dislike Lucci so much. But it's not because he's
No,
a
that's
bad
fair.
character, but it's just because I'm
So,
so connected, emotionally connected to Robin at such a level, which is it's only a few times that I mean this kind of going off topic a little bit, but it's only a few times that a character has affected me to emotional level to that level, and it's probably some examples probably like Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad, to where I just my
we're
heart
going
just
off of anime now, huh?
I know, but my heart just completely aches for that character, like to the point where they feel like a real person, you know.
Well, I mean, he's played by a real person, and he's an actual person on the screen. So,
Right,
you know,
but
I mean, all right, like I, all right, massive spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh, I've seen it.
I tear up every time I see Yusuke die the second time, even though I know what happens after and I've seen it so many times. It still gets me emotionally. To this day.
To this
Right.
day.
Yeah, to this day. Whenever I hear Cole Barley, he can't. I'm like, all right, tears are coming down. I just can't help it. But
Chris
anyway,
Sabat.
to bring it back to One Piece, of course. As I said in the not in the beginning of the stream, but earlier in the stream, about Whitebeard being my favorite, or at least high up there for me. You know, his being killed for some reason didn't affect me like it probably should have.
Wait, who?
Not to say it's not an emotional scene. Not to say that I was like, yeah, he's dead. Oh, awesome.
Who are you talking about?
No, Whitebeard's dead because I was trying to connect it with what Z said about Robin and everything Lucci did. I for some reason when it comes to my favorite characters in One Piece so far, out of the ones who've been either killed directly by a main foe or indirectly, um, you know, like with Akainu, yes, he didn't kill Whitebeard, but let's be honest, he definitely helped his death come faster. I, for some reason, never felt that way towards Akainu or Blackbeard. Like, okay, maybe Blackbeard, but towards Akainu, like Z said he did regarding Lucci and the whole Robin situation. I don't know why that is. I think it's because
You have a mindset and you have kind of that mindset that like, well they're doing their cop. I mean not cop. Let me not go there. But you
their
did
job
yeah.
definitely with Akainu. Now with Lucci, I mean the man was flat out smiling about what he was about to do. The man was enjoying every minute of it.
Yeah, fuck
So
him.
unlike Akainu, yeah, the man was doing his job. He said awful things about Whitebeard and so on and so
Ankino
forth.
be going too far though. He be killing innocents, but I
And
mean
he does go too
I
far, but
but
I
we don't know
never got
but the thing is we don't know them innocents personally, so we can't really
right.
feel
And
that.
I
But
mean, let's not forget that every single Marine was trying to kill Ace and Whitebeard. So you can't put all the blame on Akainu when, if you're going to do that, you might as well hate Sengoku and everybody else because they were trying to help Ace die and Whitebeard die too.
Sengoku's a bit different though.
He is, but let's be honest. If push came to shove and Sengoku had to get involved personally to take Whitebeard out, he would have. He would have jumped in there and he would have tried to back his head in as much as he could.
Yeah. I don't know why I slightly disagree. I agree, but it's just like I don't know. It's just kind of like it depends. I mean, I agree, but I feel like you kind of have respect for Whitebeard too, though.
Yeah, I think it's because of the fact that Akainu seems maybe maybe not sadistic in his mindset, but his actions seem sadistic because, I mean, let's be honest, fighting against the man is essentially torturous. You know,
Right.
if you're strong enough not to get incinerated by a single punch from him, you're going to be in a ridiculous amount of pain.
I do think Aquino is
Um,
evil though.
I wouldn't call him evil.
He's like lawful evil though. He's lawful evil.
I mean, the only characters that I could see as truly evil are Lucci because the man definitely enjoys his job.
Lucci's definitely lawful evil.
The man would kill anybody and just be gleeful about it. You can see that in his face.
As long as he could justify it to himself as being justice.
I mean, honestly, the man's probably like, I mean, obviously it'll never be revealed how much pay you receive by being with CP0 and, you know, whatnot, but we can assume that if you're with CP0, you get paid very well. And he's probably like, you know, I get to kill in the name of the world government and you know, I basically, he seems like somebody who's kind of got like I don't want to say a hard on for murder, but
No, he does. He definitely does.
You know, he seems like the kind of person where it's
He
like,
said so himself.
yeah, he does say something along
Which
those
is
lines.
really weird. Cause to be fair, even though I hate Lucci, I'll probably hate him anyways because you know, I have a connection with Robin. I do feel like though that the whole
What do you mean by that? What kind of connection do you have with Robin? Talk about it.
hey man, you know what I'm saying. But nah, I mean, but besides the you know the horny nigga side, the emotional side, you know, of Robin, you
Yeah.
know, the I want to live, the all that
Yeah,
stuff really hit me
to say
different.
that. I want to live hit different. Yeah.
And you know, like, and basically what I'm saying is that whole Lucci loving the murder thing, that obviously was put in to make Lucci more villainous. The same way I feel like they try to make Cat more villainous by having like attack his own soldiers.
Oh, Katakuri when he killed the chefs.
Yeah, it was pretty much like Lucci was really like, it seemed like Lucci was super stoic before, and then all of a sudden he kind of like he gets like well, not Hisoka level, not Hisoka level, but you know, he gets a hard on from murder.
I mean, the problem with Hisoka is the man literally goes after children.
No, he
I'm
doesn't.
sorry.
He doesn't literally go out. He goes after people who are strong.
Exactly. People that have potential.
I'm sorry.
If them kids weren't strong, he wouldn't want to go
That
after
man
them.
just creeps me out so much.
Yeah. He gets turned on by strength, not
He
by
disgusts me.
yeah.
He's
Like,
hilarious.
disgusts me.
It's funny though, in a dark comedy way. But
But he just flat out
I
disgusts
would
me.
never stop laughing when he was staring at their asses back in Grid Island. Like he was walking behind them, and the stare alone gave them the creeps that they had chill vibes. Like,
The
nah,
problem-
dude,
But
you walking in front.
I did okay. So we going off topic. So at this part of the stream, anybody looking at no. I'm gonna say it real quick. I'm gonna say it real quick because to clear that up, someone brought up a good point that he's so good. He only stared at their butt so he can get in front of them.
I'm aware of that. But what I was gonna say is we might want to call it quits on that because
It sounds like
definitely
we're
don't want the video
trying.
to get taken down.
Wait, why would he get taken down?
Because
if
we're
you say
talking
certain
about children and
things-
stuff. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Which,
Anyways,
admittedly,
so-
DC
that was-
community. Might as well go back to topic of One Piece.
admittedly,
Right.
that was my fault.
But
so I
okay,
apologize.
yeah, but okay. So
No,
scratch
it's
that.
all good.
Scratch that. Just
Yeah.
pretend like we
So
edited that
get-
out. Just
Right.
just
Getting back to One Piece.
okay. So hold on. I want to bring this up because I found a tweet where I was talking about where Zoro and Sanji would compliment each other, and I'll basically post it in the One Piece VC talk. Anybody want to look at it? But I just wanted to comment on that because yeah. Besides all the the slandering, which is hilarious, you know, they do respect each other. So
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Oh
Alright.
yeah. I almost want to see. I know it won't happen. I almost want to see a scene where after their fight's done, they make one insult towards each other, but then kind of like do maybe not a handshake, maybe not a
A
high
thumbs
five
up.
exactly, but something, yeah, like, ooh, dude, that'd be awesome. Like they're both lying on the ground, exhausted, and Zoro says garbage cook, then he smiles and gives him a thumbs up, and then Sanji's like, "You moss head."
That
Smiles
sounds
back
like
at
a
him and gives him
yaoi.
a thumbs up.
I ain't gonna lie, that would intrigue the fangirls, man. It sound like
I want to see that so badly. Like those, like King and Queen are defeated, and maybe Zoro's like, "Hey, what's up, crappy chef? You all right over there?" And then
Yeah.
Sanji's like, "Worry about yourself, you stupid moss head."
but
And then they both smile. I don't know why I want to see that so badly, but I do. Um, I
Tsundere.
also, speaking of King and Queen, is anybody else here becoming a huge fan of Queen now? Like,
You mean King?
Nah, Queen is funny as shit in the anime,
Man,
especially.
I think everybody was already a fan of Queen. It's just recently
I
people
was
have
about to
become a
say.
fan of.
I want Frankie to get those cyborg upgrades because this man's got like all sorts of freaking weapons. It's like, Frankie, can you please get those upgrades?
I think it's actually
Yeah.
reversed, Cat. I think it's actually reversed. Like people were
What?
already a fan of Queen. It's more people are starting to become a fan of King.
Yeah, I mean, I
People already rock with Queen. Like pretty much most people already like I don't know anybody that dislikes Queen. Everybody already rocks with Queen. It's just recently that, and this is kind of funny because the super duper Zorotards have like been like act like they have always liked King, but I mean, I'm getting to that, but
No, they wanted Zoro the one-shot king and go back to the rooftop. It's
oh
fucking
my
stupid.
god.
I fucking look. I
yeah,
love
that's
Zoro. I can't say I'm a Zoro fanboy, but the thing about it is what trips me out is that they say things before they even think. They literally just say the first thing. It's just because the Lord and Savior is Zoro. It's
I
like,
Yeah,
mean,
bro,
they really look at him
Zoro
like a
is a
lord and
regular
savior. Yeah.
person, just like anyone else in the story. I love Zoro, and I love when he does his badass shit. But y'all cocksucking that nigga, seriously.
Pretty
Yeah,
much.
they just
I
That
mean,
shit ain't
yeah.
healthy for you.
they give him that God 3000 on the regular, and that's just not healthy.
Yeah, and I mean, even I
Mm.
don't do that to characters that are my
They,
favorite.
they need other source of protein besides Zoro's meat. You feel me?
Okay.
Well, we went there.
What did I say?
um,
I ain't saying nothing wild. I just said,
no, I know. I just wasn't expecting
Oh,
you
it's
to
what's
say that.
I
implied.
know.
We know, Teddy.
But but
The
you know,
Copamine.
but but oh, what the hell? Yeah. Regarding that,
Yeah, King,
you know,
man, I don't know. He's just not. He
that's
doesn't
what I'm
appeal to me really. Yeah, go ahead.
I think my deal with my not my deal with King, but my not so much my problem, but something that's kind of that I'm not really feeling is that so far all King seems to be is just
Dot dot
an
dot.
evil Zoro, really. Like he's by evil Zoro, what I mean is, you look at how Queen is literally the complete opposite of Sanji, right? Literally the complete
Um,
opposite personality wise, and King seems to have this somewhat. I know he's not stoic, but the way he carries himself and the way he is more silent kind of gives him that sort of stoic, honorable feel, even if he isn't stoic and honorable, which Zoro also has.
I
So
mean, he's done it. I mean, Oda did that on purpose. Like Queen is like kind of like comic relief, but also strong when he needs to be like Sanji. And King is
yeah,
also stoic and like, and that's personally also why like I mean, I do like Queen over King, and I like Sanji over Zoro, um but yeah, but
I mean,
I
I like King's design more.
oh to see my thing is with that is that his design is really cool, but it's also like I feel like it's also like just like Cat Curry. Eh,
Yeah,
You know
he's
what? It seems like he's the extremely edgy version of Katakuri. This
Right.
Katakuri, I don't know where you guys were when he got introduced in the story, but I feel like the community as a whole were very impressed with his design. Like they liked him, people liked him from jump because the way he got
So did I.
introduced, like his ability, like he literally has one of the most low key but best introductions, like character
Oh,
introductions in the
absolutely.
story.
Facts.
You know,
Certainly
he
the best out of
he
the
didn't
commander
follow
we've seen.
10K. He didn't come riding on the cannonball, but you know what? He did what he did very well.
Yeah, I don't think it was better because we didn't need to see every introduction for either a first commander or a character that's a big deal in that world. Doesn't always need to be them coming in and attacking somebody or something of something relative to that. With Katakuri, I think it was in some ways better because, if I'm not mistaken, you don't actually see him until the guy that came to try to, I guess, assassinate Big Mom was already taken out, and then you see him.
And then
Yeah,
it
yeah.
says 1 billion berries, and it's like holy
Yeah,
shit. That's the first
yeah,
time we had the billion too. He introduced a whole new
yeah.
number metric system.
And okay, like
And then two is also like we said, like it's just like an edgier Katakuri. It was so cool because Katakuri was so much different, like his design was so much different, than everyone else's and pretty much in One Piece.
I mean,
In that way of being like, that kind of much more of a, because a lot more shonen would have like villains with Katakuri's like design, and it
I
was
would put Whitebeard in that on that list because he's another behemoth with huge muscles and
it's not about the
an
muscles,
intimidating
man.
design.
I'm talking about the whole letter and all that and the
Yeah.
black thing. That wasn't like
I think
a
it's part of.
black
I think that's
Whitebeard
part
has
of
like
why I
a
like
cape.
King so much.
Whitebeard has like a cape, like a shirt
Yeah,
cape.
I think that's kind of why I like King so much because he's kind of got. I mean, we could make jokes about how his garb looks like a certain something that I don't think we should mention here that
Did
starts with an S. But
a sex
I think
toy?
it's part of why what?
A sex toy?
It was something along those lines. He definitely looks like. At first, I think a lot of people were saying, "Oh my god, he kind of looks like the Gimp from Pulp Fiction," but
Hmm.
what the heck?
What?
No, all right, no big deal. Anyway, yeah, I think I kind of had a sort of Katakuri, got a sort of Katakuri cool
Vibe.
looking vibe from King initially. The only thing is though with Katakuri, for me, as the arc went on, it was not just he looks cool. It was also wow, I really like his personality and his worldview and his personality.
And then it's cool
I'm
too because we see another
really
side of him beyond just being cool. Also,
yeah. I'm hoping we get that at least somewhat with King. To see what's kind of behind the mask, figuratively speaking.
and also then also
literally.
that's another thing. Speaking of that mask, there's also kind of another thing where it's like, oh, here we go again with this whole mask thing. What's behind the mask? Oh, that's such a
I think it's gonna be like a Freddy Krueger face.
that's such a
where I think
redundant not only One Piece thing but overall anime and shonen thing. The whole what's behind the mask. Oh. But
Yeah, but I'm hoping, because it's Oda, I'm hoping it will be worth our while, where the reveal would be something.
It's gonna be a
significant
gag.
to the
We all
story.
know it. It's gonna be some sort of gag.
Honestly,
I'll be surprised. I'll be honestly surprised if it isn't.
So what do you
There's
expect?
only one
him to
reason.
have like makeup on his face?
No,
lipstick
I
and
mean,
shit.
considering that Queen called him now. I don't know the exact translation, but
a
they called him
sadist.
a sadistic, a sadistic pervert.
Pervert,
Who
yeah.
fucking knows? Like,
No, but
Oh,
the only reason
oh,
why I don't think that's
like
going
his
to be
mask
the
completely
case
comes
is
off.
because
and like
Yeah, no,
my
but
bad, my bad,
I
my
don't
bad.
think
Go
that's
ahead.
gonna happen.
I was gonna say something wild. Go ahead, Ralph. Go ahead.
You look so tasty, Zoro.
Yeah, I was
Why
gonna
don't you
say
come
something like that.
over?
I was gonna but he just starts creeping on Zoro. But go
To
ahead,
be
Ralph.
honest, I would actually love that. Like, not love that because I want to see that, but more so like it from the perspective of
You know that
you
actually
know
would be good. That would actually would be good because like that would be older. That'd be older sticking up for Sanji. He'd be like, I had Sanji get chased by these Akamas, and now
it's not just that. It's like some of the best villains I've seen have been that way.
the
Karasu from Yu Yu Hakusho.
the
Remember
Frieza
how
type.
during the whole remember how Karasu during the entire fight was just talking about how he loved Karama and there's no better thrill than, hurting somebody you care for. I want to see King kind of be like that. Where he's not going to say he cares for Zoro or is attracted to him. There might be something like,
He
there's
starts
no
licking his
greater
lips.
thrill in this world than just cutting somebody to pieces and just like, smelling the blood on the blade and licking it off. That's what I want to see.
How
That's
much?
what I want to see.
How much you want to bet we're gonna see King lick the blade like at least 2 or 3 times before the end of his arc?
Oh hell yeah,
Good.
I want to see that. I want to see that. Like, yes, we need to cut you even deeper, Roronoa.
Okay,
I need
okay,
more
this
of
sounds
this blood.
okay. This
But,
started.
but I need that creepy factor with a villain. In my opinion, they need to feel like, oh, I want this guy to go down really quick because he's
King
teasing me.
King mask comes out complete. He looks like Hisoka.
No, it actually is Hisoka. It's like, oh yeah, just so everybody knows, this is Togashi here. I have officially decided that Hunter x Hunter and One Piece will exist in the same universe, just different timelines.
It's like it's freaking like Kawina modified her face or something.
Oh god.
But my bad. I think Raph was saying something. I cut him off a long time ago. Hey Raph, you there? Hey Raph, Wreck-It Raph. Yo,
Hmm?
you there, bro? I think I cut you off. You was finna say something.
Who?
Ralph.
Who'd you
Oh,
call?
me? Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, I was just gonna say like, I don't think it's going to be anything majorly goofy with King for the very simple fact that it's who he's fighting. He's
True.
fighting Zoro.
Then
And I
again,
don't
I
think
love
that
Kaku.
Oda is willing to make him fight somebody who's kind of goofy. Although you could say Kaku was goofy, but I would say more so
Pika.
in the way he used his devil fruit,
Well, Pika was
more so
just sad.
what it looked like. So I don't know. We'll see.
Pika was
But
also weak.
but honestly, I mean everyone has said this, but have y'all noticed that Zoro only fights black people?
Yeah,
Are we
he's a
seriously
coon.
gonna talk
He's a
about
coon.
that?
We know
Because,
this.
bro,
We
that
know this.
actually got on my nerves. Bro, niggas were actually rolling with that for a good 2 days or some shit. And I saw the evidence, and I'm like, bro, what is this shit?
Kaku's not.
It's like, wait, Oda, what are you into? Like, what is this?
I'm pretty sure Pika was.
Now Pika
Yeah,
was black.
like it's. Did you see Brago's live reaction when he talked about it?
Yeah, I
It
seen it.
was so fun. It just kept getting funnier and funnier. Like each time that either, and then he's been using that trope in his videos. Like as of late, he always drop a nuggets of something like related to that here and there, and
Like
it's just so funny how he does it.
I think one of the funniest ones I seen in the comments was the reason why Zoro has beef with Sanji is he get like that black leg makes him feel a type of way.
That's clever.
You know what?
Did you see the one with like Robin came back from the time skip not looking like dark skin in the anime?
It's so funny because Brago was like, okay, you know what? We need to see how he treated Robin pre-time skip versus post-time skip because that might be a giveaway as to what he's on about.
When you
I'm
think
like,
about it, it's like night and day. It literally is.
it's so funny how accurate that is. Like I couldn't. When he said that, I was like, oh, that's too much.
Now, thanks to you, I now have an image in my head of Zoro sniffing Sanji's shoes when he's asleep.
Wait. How did you get
Whoa,
that
whoa,
visual?
whoa,
Why
whoa,
would you think
whoa,
of that?
whoa,
We were
whoa,
talking,
whoa.
we were talking about how he might, joking about him secretly having a thing for Sanji because of his epithet. And
No.
now, now I'm just imagining him being like, "These black pants, I love them so much."
No, it's not having not having a thing as in he likes it, more so just like obsession with the color black. I saw in the
I
chat
apologize,
on
by the way.
on
That did not
Margot's.
come out the way I wanted it to.
Yeah, that's cool.
So Cat, you
So,
haven't seen the whole Zoro racist thing? That's basically what it's talking about.
I have, and I really hope it's not true.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just a unfortunate coincidence that he just keeps fighting those people of color. But
I mean,
it's so funny because somebody was like, next chapter is going to be a color spread. And somebody responded to that saying, a color spread, not on Zoro's watch.
oh Jesus.
Oh
Y'all
Jesus.
see the edit of Zoro fighting the baboons, and it had like Mr. Five and two other people.
Oh, yo, have you noticed the baboons? You see how they look? Oh, man.
Mr. Five is definitely a racist character. I mean, his creation is.
He's so full of stereotypes. Like, have you seen the names of some of the world leaders?
King Taco. King Taco.
King Taco?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Oh, bro.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now because it was one that got me. Hold up.
Post in the One Piece VC talk.
Dude, it's so funny, man. Like, you think, like, I know he doesn't mean it in an offensive way, but it's so funny because you know how people will look at that.
Yeah,
over
Chairman
here.
Hamburger looking like fucking Abraham Lincoln.
Yo, he was like, yo, he needs, international representation throughout all of them. Y'all need to be able to see yourselves in these characters. I'm surprised that he hasn't made a black character that has like really like almost like caricature like features of black people. That'd be so messed up. But I think as far as I'm concerned, Usopp is black, or at least mixed. Aokiji is black. As Bones, Mr. One, is
Right.
black. Like he has those features, Who else? Those are the only ones I can think of top of my head right now. But
We talked about Pika,
yeah.
but
Yeah, Pika, yeah, Pika.
Technically, Sengoku.
Sengoku.
Technically.
Yeah, Sengoku's like light skin or something.
Yeah.
I guess I do feel like it's the this not the fact he's got an afro, of course, but the
Mr. Five.
The way the hair is designed, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing is just a joke, though. But
It is a joke. Like I just love taking that because the thing is, right? When people make fun of Sanji, you just have to take it, man. And sometimes it's legit funny. But the funny thing about Zoro fans, they
can't take a joke.
Not only that, when they joke about Sanji, they're actually trying to hurt your feelings as a Sanji fan. They're not trying to have a laugh. Like, we obviously are trying to have a laugh. Like, not once have we attacked Zoro fans who were making fun of the whole Zoro is a racist joke. But they come for us, Sanji fans. Like, it's crazy.
Not just Sanji fans, but I'd say even Luffy fans.
Yeah, I don't really take them seriously anymore. Like the only time I really pay attention to the Super Zorotards. I ain't talking about Zoro fans. I'm talking about the Zorotards it's when they're getting slandered. That's the only time I pay attention to it when they're getting slandered because it's funny. But overall, I don't take because it's like it was just like a very annoying Twitter experience. Like it just was not fun. Just
It's usually a Twitter and BDA Discord experience, but like if you go to any other community, I really doubt it's that bad when it comes to Zoro versus Sanji. Like I'm sure it's there, it's prominent, but it's not
right,
bad.
right. Like I couldn't even enjoy the chapter because if something happened with Sanji, I'd be like, oh, motherfucker's gonna be. So I just kind of not paid attention to him no more because it was
Yeah, like
like
last chapter, people were saying that Sanji's boot was shown and he was in the ground face down. I'm like, bro, that's not even Sanji. What are y'all making
that's
up?
actually kind of funny. That's actually kind of funny. I'll give him that one. That was actually kind of funny because it's such a stretch. But yeah, but like yeah, I think some of the funniest memes of I'm gonna make it both sides because some of there is some funny memes with Slender. I think one of the funniest memes with Slender was um shit, I can't think of it right now. But all the Zoro wrapped up memes were funny. Um,
Oh yeah, that was a classic. That was a classic.
I'm
It
trying
was
to
a
think
good
of
for a good while.
some genuine Sanji ones that were funny. I think I saw something where it said like it was like an edit of King saying Sanji has judge's sperm or something like.
Oh yeah, yo. Oh, I remember. Okay, yeah. Someone like so yeah, Sanji's mom met King and some shit, and Sanji's like King's bastard child or some shit. I don't remember.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, it'd be funny sometime, but I don't really pay attention to that no more because it legitimately hurting my experience of reading. Like I've disliked Zoro for a while because of that, and when I stopped paying attention to that, I started liking Zoro again. So yeah.
Mm. You know what's funny? I used to be the opposite of what I am now. I used to actively dislike Sanji, and like
Mm.
I like him for what he was pre-time skip, but early post-time
Mm-hmm.
skip with all the nosebleeds and everything, I actually didn't like. I enjoyed clowning him. I wouldn't get as toxic as the Zorotards, but I would clown this man to no end. Meanwhile, praising Zoro because that scene with Monet is engraved in my mind. Like the stuff is just crazy, and I remember it in Japanese to tell you just how much of an impact that scene has had on me. But it's over time that I witnessed the abuse that Sanji fans go through. And then
Hmm.
I've taken a closer look at the story and I realized, oh my God, it's not
Zoro
Sanji's
fans are
fault
the biggest
that he's
cappers.
lame. It's Oda's fault. He's
It
he's
is
writing Sanji in ways that don't match what we've come to know him for pre-time skip.
exactly.
So then now poor Sanji fans are made to suffer because Oda decides to disrespect Sanji on the regular. And then they have to find ways to convince themselves that something that Oda does that's like to anybody would look really lame, they have to convince themselves that it's okay. And I
I
happen to
mean, the
be a
Black Maria
Sanji
thing
fan
is
where I'm
actually
like,
okay though. That's actually was a good plot point, but if that's what you're talking
Yeah, they
about.
it
try to
was
shit
it
on
was it
Sanji for
was a
that
good
too.
point because it served the purpose, but it desecrated Sanji's character, and nobody can tell me otherwise because
I
he
mean, how
used
did it?
Sanji to the benefit of Robin. It's just that simple, right? And yeah, you can say from the purpose that Oda was using that moment for, it worked, but at what cost? That's what I'm
I
saying.
mean, there
Like
was a
you
whole
know
explanation of Robin about it's nice to have a crewmate,
that counts
uh,
on her. I understand that.
and then
I
all this and
understand
that,
that.
and they say you'll never understand Sanji and all that. Like she was calling out the people who were like against that moment.
Yeah, she was. But the thing is, right? The best way that I found to describe that moment is I tell people if I take if I take somebody who doesn't know anything about One Piece, right? I show him a panel, that specific panel of Sanji in that situation, they will say it's lame because it is. Like regardless of the surrounding. See, because the thing is, right? I get so tired
It's not
of
always about being like
people.
cool.
I
That's what I like
I know,
Sanji, but
but no, you see, what I tell you, I love Sanji. He's my top one character, bro. What I'm saying, it's not because I don't like him. It's because I know that he shouldn't have been put in that situation in
I
the
I
first
I
place.
I do agree that he probably shouldn't have been put in that situation in the first place. But I do think the results that came out of it were like a great.
And I
character
get that,
writing
right?
between Robin
But
and Sanji.
my thing is, I would have enjoyed it a lot more if Sanji wasn't like caught. Maybe he was running away, and then he called on Robin, like, "Yo, Robin, I'm gonna need backup over here because them bitches crazy, and I can't put my hands or feet on these women. So you need to handle the situation." I would have liked that 100 times more, and I think nobody would say that that would have taken away from the impact that the moment was supposed to have, because
Hmm.
everybody has been dying to see Robin do something all post time skip. Oda
Hmm.
could have done
Actually,
anything, and people would have lost
actually,
their minds.
actually, it might because the whole point of it was like, okay, so if Sanji was just running away, he wouldn't. He probably, you could argue, he's not actually truly in danger. But the whole point was like she's truly saving a crewmate who's in danger, a crewmate who truly needed her.
I don't know, because I feel like the
If
danger
Sanji
is
was
still
running away
with her real, because
all suave like, and then Robin, it didn't. And the two was like it was dragged out for the purpose of having that moment. Like if he would just randomly, we just randomly cut to a panel of him like running away, and then all of a sudden Robin showed it, it wouldn't have hit the same. Maybe he was like running away for a while or something, but like it was kind of like building up, like, and then too, like when they was calling them losers and stuff, like Frankie had a smile on his face because he's pretty much, I'm pretty sure Frankie understood what was going on. It wasn't like a, oh my god, you suck, Sanji, like in the sense of like the only people who were like that were the people who weren't the Straws, but the dude was all, he's
you
such a
know, you
loser.
know
They were
somebody,
smiling because they
you
understood
know,
what
a
Sanji
straw
was
hat that,
doing.
yeah, a straw hat that I think actually doesn't like that.
He said what?
You know, like I believe there's one particular straw hat crew member who doesn't like that side of Sanji.
Who?
Nami.
I was gonna. Yep. No, man.
Hmm.
When the whole thing, no, because remember when we went through all the different shots of what was like, of the reactions of the people to Sanji calling out Robin. It's Marco was laughing like, "Yo, these guys are lively." Jinbei was like, "Huh, I wonder what's going on there." Frankie, yeah, of course. Nami, dead serious face, like, oh, he's probably finding a woman. Back in Enya's lobby, when she saw him in that sorry state after the whole Khalifa incident, she was like, "If nothing else, I commend you for sticking to your guns and sticking by your values." She doesn't like it one bit, but she respects that about him, because she's like, okay, you know what? You have very strong values, and you're damn near willing to die by them. It's trash. It may result in the cost of one of your crew members' lives one day, if Oda ever grows the cojones to write the story that way, which I don't think he ever will. But
Oh, that brings up a point that I couldn't really even put in without destructing the stream flow. But if
okay,
I don't know if Cat's still around, but like a long time ago, we were basically saying, I mean, Cat's around, he just muted, so I don't know if he hears me or whatever.
he probably hears us. Yeah, he
But
probably hears
we
us.
were basically saying like a long time ago, like what if like Sanji's fighting a woman, and then like the suit like forcefully activates he just becomes like basically like a woman beater, like like it forces him to like fight a woman, like the suit.
Yeah, I think
I think that was
Cole
because it
explained.
was like from somewhere we saw a joke in the stream to where it was like Sanji wouldn't like so Vince Smoke Sanji wouldn't fight a woman, but Steph Black would. Like we saw that from somewhere. But oh, you know what I'm talking about, Russ?
More or less. I get what you're saying now. I mean, depending on like what happens with Sanji right now, especially considering his exoskeleton. I mean, he could have behavioral changes depending on the circumstances after this arc.
Yeah, like Hollow Ichigo or something like they force like they activate like they force him to survive, like they actually have like a camera. I thought they might have like a camera on him or something inside that suit. Like there's no way they just was like, here you go, Sanji, you get a suit now. Like it
Mhm.
seems too nice. I always feel
Yeah,
like they
I
had like
think
a camera, like a tractor on. I always feel like they had like a not a camera, but like a tracker on that
the
suit, some
tracking
tracker
device
in it.
on that suit. Yeah,
Yeah, something.
it's possible. It's possible. You know, the same way that the Grand Fleet has the river card of the Star has to know where they're at and all that stuff. Maybe that's how they're using the raid suit. And maybe if Sanji finds himself in a situation where he needs help or backup, they might show up. I highly doubt it because they don't seem to have the emotional setup to react that way in those situations. But you know, one can hope and dream and wish. But
About
yeah,
what?
Oh,
Sorry,
oh
about
we,
no,
what?
we were
oh,
talking about how it's possible that the Germa because it seems nice that they'd be hooking up Sanchi with a raid suit. So we're thinking maybe they have a tracking device on the suit to know where he's at all times, stuff
and
like that.
and me and you talked about that before too, Cap.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? I bet you that's where the Frankie upgrade comes in. Which, speaking of, since I mean it's pretty clear that
Huh?
The what?
the upgrade that we all know Frankie is going to give to the raid suit at some point. Do we expect that to change its appearance to some extent?
I
I
hope so
expect so.
because
Probably would be probably like his standard suit like he
yeah,
wears, but like upgraded,
Uh,
maybe different colors or who knows.
I think I'd prefer it if it was more like maybe he gets like some kind of knee pads or something.
Hmm.
Because I don't know.
that Super Sentai look is just not for Sanji.
I think it
That's
looks
not
It's
gonna
cool,
not.
work.
It's
man.
not the. I guess I would have preferred it if it looked more akin to.
The
And
the
this is gonna sound really weird when I say this, but bear
the
with me for a second.
oh, you talking about the
If it
whole
looked
Power
more
Rangers thing?
similar, if it looked more similar to Black Panther's outfit, where it
Yeah, you
didn't
said
just look
that.
like a
Yeah,
bunch of.
yeah, you said that.
I, no, I know. I just don't know if the other two heard this from me before. Because I mean, you look at Frankie, right? The man's arms are clearly some kind of metal. And I would just think that if he's going to upgrade the raid suit would still obviously be a cloth based material for the most part, but maybe look somewhat akin to like Batman's outfits in that there's like armor aspects to it, if that makes any sense. Like I don't know. That's just me though. It probably won't happen, but
I don't know,
I
man.
can get what
Anything
you're
is
saying.
possible. But,
you know, look a little more armor like in some ways. Like um and you know, maybe give it a new containment device that's not just a can, you know, like
Hmm.
store it somewhere else. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe he can activate it from his shoes or some shit.
Oh, dude,
Oh, he
if he
sends
kind of
out a
like
kick.
not maybe not so much a kick. That would be pretty cool though. But like if he actually no, I like your idea better. If he does it with a kick, I was gonna say if he like tapped his feet together. But that's not a that kind of sounds lame. Your
the
idea sounds
wizard,
better.
the Wizard of Oz,
Yeah, right.
Wanji,
Yeah,
the Wanji
yeah,
of Oz.
you're right. But I don't. You were saying something about sends out a kick. What were you gonna say though?
Oh, I mean, I was gonna say like he sends out a kick and something shoots out, but it
No. What if he? Hmm.
What if it activated like Venom, kind of?
oh,
Oh.
Sanji's already so many superheroes. That'd be crazy.
Sanji is just literally a amalgamation of various superheroes.
Someone actually
He ends up
argued he's
becoming
more of Deadpool than Wolverine because of the fact that his bones can still be broken. Wolverine's can't. Even though I don't know. I mean, I guess that's better in that sense, but I
well.
mean, I mean, Sanji's not regenerating from dropping blood. At least I don't think that'd be crazy. Like freaking
And the other thing,
some sinning shit. Like Sanji freaking just gets disintegrated and he just regenerates. That'd be fucking ridiculous. But
the other thing that I mean, maybe this was revealed in Whole Cake Island, but I certainly don't remember it. They called them exoskeletons. An
Yeah, they're
exoskeleton,
exoskeletons.
Yeah, exoskeleton. Yeah.
it's on the outside of the body. It's not on the inside. So the fact that his bones healed, which is internal, makes me wonder if this is Oda's way of saying what Sanji has going on is actually different from his siblings. It's still functionally the same, but he's not gonna have like some kind of armor on his skin.
No, that's pretty much what it is.
It's gonna be his bones that are, super strong.
which is pretty
Well,
raw.
But you think about it, right? Because if it was just that, then that means that sword swing would have left like a mark on his body. But I think it's on the outside because the sword
True.
just went ding and broke, and you don't even see a mark on his skin. Really, you just see like the shape of the impact a little bit. So I don't know. I think it's probably still going to be one of those things where it's going to be very similar to what his brothers are rocking.
A freaking second commander.
For him.
A freaking second commander broke their blade on him. That's crazy.
I know. Yo, can you imagine? If somebody told you before going into Wano that this will happen, you probably wouldn't believe it, right?
I mean, I know a lot of people did think he was gonna like awaken some type of latent genes, but
But the thing is, to be fair, a lot of people kept saying this, and I think there is some credence to it. They say we haven't seen any true 1v1 for Sanji all of post time skip. Like everything that we've seen has been really with an asterisk on it. When he fought Virgo, it's like, oh no, his body was damaged and it wasn't a full fight. Like there was no conclusion to that fight. Same thing when he went up against Dofi. It was like, oh, it was a one-off thing. Like
But that was still pretty impressive.
Oh no, it don't get me wrong, it really was impressive. But
like he got to do something that Zoro didn't.
Yeah.
Obviously Zoro was stronger, but I mean Zoro wasn't going up against Doflamingo in any capacity.
I mean Doflamingo was stronger than all the Straw Hats at the time. I mean, I think Luffy and Zoro and Sanji are beating. I mean, I would say they're beating Dofi now.
I
But
think current Sanji is definitely beating Doflamingo.
right. But during the time, Dofi was definitely stronger than all the Monster Trio because I mean, we gotta remember, Luffy didn't even like really defeat Law by himself. I mean, not Law, defeat Dofi by himself. He didn't.
One fight will never win.
Right, but he didn't exactly beat Dofi by himself. You know, he had Law's help. Like Law, freaking like that's still a crazy That's still a crazy kind of endurance feat and shows how crazy his fruit was though. Like his organs got messed up and then freaking Dofi held them together. Like what happened after that? Like are his organs still being held together by his strings, or did he get medical help for that?
I'm sure he got medical help and impelled down. I mean, considering he is a former celestial dragon, I'm sure they need the inmate at least somewhat healthy condition instead of being held together by string. Plus, he also has the sea prism cuffs on.
Isn't it weird, by the way, that speaking of, not by the way, isn't it weird that Doflamingo, even while in Impel Down, he's still smiling, acting as though, this is where he wants to be.
Is
it possible that is? You know what I mean? Because he was talking about how, oh, they're coming to assassinate me, but he wasn't scared or anything. He was smiling and almost laughing about it.
Like, yeah, and the size of his neck, like.
So I mean, either he's fearless, he's not afraid of death, or something else. Because it's something.
Doesn't he have like a? Didn't he say like he knew a secret or something?
I feel like he's probably going to be kept kept alive, or maybe he really is fearless. I don't know. I mean, people like to bring up the whole Kaido thing, but they also forget that pre-time skip, this man was literally laughing as Whitebeard summoned two tsunamis, and that's Whitebeard.
All
I
right.
don't really buy that he truly was afraid of Kaido
No, he was
because of
afraid
his
of Kaido.
strength. I don't think he
Wait,
was. I
wait,
think he
who
was
you
probably
talking? You
afraid
think
of
Dovi
being.
wasn't scared of Kaido?
I don't think so. Because why would you fear Kaido and not Whitebeard? Why would you fear Kaido and not Whitebeard?
Because Whitebeard was different. Whitebeard cared only about family, and he was a wholesome dude. This man Kaido wants problems. He wants violence. He wants war. Like they're just not built the same.
Hmm.
Even
I guess.
when what you might call it, when Odin died and the whole thing that happened on Wano, if you remember, they were debating whether to go raid Onigashima, but they're like, you know what? I don't think we want to smoke with these people right now. So I think there's definitely reason to fear Kaido more. So like if you get presented before Kaido and Whitebeard, there's one that's clearly more intimidating, just off appearance and what they're about. That's Kaido. When the motherfucker just fell 10K, we saw that. Especially in the anime, I feel like they did a really good job of showing you just how much of a beast and how much of a problem this thing can really be. You know?
Yeah, that's true. It's possible that Kaido wouldn't have just killed him. He probably would have tortured him first.
Yeah. Or can you imagine if you fed him smiles and shit before? Like, bruh, nah, you don't.
Maybe
You
that's
don't.
what Flamingo was worried about. He might not have been worried so much about Kaido himself, but the people that he's affiliated with, like Orochi, Queen, King. I mean, maybe that's what he was afraid of. Not so much Kaido himself, but Kaido's subordinates and Orochi. I said and Orochi because he's obviously not a subordinate of Kaido.
Yeah, Kaido murked
I
him.
I honestly think that Dofi was definitely wary of Kaido, to the point that he did everything to make sure that word didn't get to Kaido that operations were not running smoothly. So I think there's definitely something there. We might even get some backstory where they explain that. But yeah, I feel like there might be something there. I'm not too
The
sure.
thing is, Dofi is
But
crazy, but he's also smart. Like when Alkaji
He's there,
pulled up,
yeah. Hmm.
he's honestly he reminds me of Aizen, but if Aizen was
A little bit more unhinged.
more unhinged, better written with a backstory that we get to see.
oh,
Can you say that? Can you say that again, slow, one more time, please, for the people? I think they
More
missed it.
unhinged, better written, and with a
Ooh.
backstory.
yeesh.
Oh Lord have mercy, y'all heard that? All right, cool. You
And
understand that when
I'm
you're
also
comparing Goku to Aizen all the time.
I also believe that Doflamingo is still the best villain in One Piece so
By
far.
a very long shot. Like he embodies madness, right?
Yeah.
And just pure and adulterated evil. And when you
Yeah.
see his backstory, it just helps characterize him even more. Where there is no redeeming bone in his body, and you love him for it. It's just like, yeah, you evil bastard. You just like, there's nothing good about you.
Because even with the whole horrible things that happened to him as a child, you still don't feel bad for him because
No.
even as a kid he was insane. He was violent. He was completely on top of the world, if so to speak. You can
Which
kind of
which is
feel a
which
little
is
bit
great,
bad
which
for
is
Big
great.
Mom. Yeah, you can kind of feel somewhat bad for Big Mom when she was a kid, somewhat at least.
Yeah, I feel pretty bad for Big Mom. I ain't gonna lie. But,
We still don't know what the deal is with Kaido, but it's possible that we might get. We probably won't say, okay, you're forgiven, of course, but we probably won't look at Kaido's eventual backstory and say the same things we'd say about Doflamingo. We're probably going to look at him and say, oh, so that's how it happened. That's why he's like this. Um, But it's weird because even with Kaido, I'm sure we all remember that the chapter where we see that scene between him and Jack seems I don't know if he's afraid of Kaido, but he's basically apologizing for messing up or something to that effect. And what does Kaido do? Kaido basically says it wasn't your fault or something like that.
That was when he faced off against all the Sulong army,
Yeah.
including Inu and Neko, which
To
I don't
see-
believe people still downplay that. But yeah,
To see Kaido have that reaction towards Jack, to basically say, go ahead and rest up, when we were probably expecting him to kill Jack for his failures, that added another layer to Kaido. Like, I mean, it's possible that he holds his calamities in such high regard that he maybe even, I don't want to say cares, but he at least, he's not going to be like Big Mom necessarily, where when she said that whole thing about Perospero, like if he was wrong about where the wedding cake was, she'd have to kill him. Kaido's not going to do that stuff.
no, you know what? Actually, it's a good point that you're making, and I think Big Mom actually really cares about her family and her people. It's just
She
that when
does.
she's in that insane stage, because even then, when she was desperately looking for the cake on Big Mom's ship, remember she said, I need to find this cake because if I don't, I'm gonna have to. Like the way she phrased it made it seem like she really didn't want to have to do that, but almost like she couldn't help herself because of the situation she was in. So I think there's something there, right, where she doesn't necessarily want to hurt her family, but sometimes she just does because that's just how she's set up.
She's probably schizophrenic.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
There's something
mean,
there.
I mean, I know there's a fan theory out there that Mother Caramel, due to the nature of the fruit, maybe her soul could be part of Big Mom. I think that would be a great reveal and certainly, kind of add more to her whole story. Who knows if that'll happen? But it is very interesting to see that. Not to see that. What am I talking about? It's.
I mean, it would be interesting if the story took that turn. I just don't know exactly how, like the execution of it, how that would look for Big Mom. But yeah, there might be potential there for it, honestly. Yeah.
Well, I know it's not. I know it's not evidence per se, but you notice how her children, when she goes into her hunger pangs mode, for lack of a better term, they they seem to look shocked at what she's doing when she's in that state of mind. And obviously Katakuri and all of her, especially her older children, would know a lot more about her history than say the younger ones. It starts to make you wonder, like, when she was much younger than that, was she maybe different? Meaning, was she maybe kinder towards her children than she is now? Now that she's older, maybe something happened over the years that made her become this way. Maybe she was, maybe she cared about her children as much as Doflamingo
Yeah.
seemed to have love for the higher ranking members of his family. Because I mean, we all saw how angry he got when the heck was that guy's name? The one with the mucus,
Trouble.
Trable. We all saw how furious he got when Trable was being threatened, right? So
Yeah.
perhaps it's possible that when Big Mom was with the Rocks crew, and obviously Perospero would have been around back then. Katakuri would have been a young, maybe he would have been 2 years old, maybe even one. I don't remember exactly, but maybe something happened. Not literally after the whole God Valley incident, but maybe over the years after that, something kind of changed in her to where, because I mean, we all, I'm not trying to joke here, but we all know how, you know, she went from being an overweight kid to becoming a very a woman with a nice build. I'm not going to say she was bulky, but she definitely had a what would you say? Not a
Horny
build,
nigga
not a body.
detected. Horny nigga detected.
Oh come on.
What are you saying? Like slim thick or some shit?
Yeah, like a slim figure. A slim figure. Maybe not too different from Boa, minus the height difference, of course.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, well, something must have happened, right? I mean, yeah, there's the whole going into becoming pregnant and so on and so forth, but like she had already had children at that age and she was in such great shape. So maybe something changed about her personality and she could have even taken to food as a way of like getting through things. Like there could have been something seriously emotional, you know, affecting Big Mom that just caused her to change over time. That's what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying. There's some good points. That would be super interesting.
And the reason why she's as big as she is because you know um, something happened. It wasn't just becoming a mother. It could have been, honestly, it's even possible that maybe Struzen had some kind of an effect on her, meaning like
Probably.
he I think some people have argued that he could be considered the true quote unquote captain of the crew because if it wasn't for him, she would have never become a pirate in the first place.
Well, it'd be
Bro, that
really.
nigga's a pimp. It's like straight up. That nigga is true since a fucking pimp. He pimped her ass out at like what, 18 or some shit.
I think like
And
5.
maybe that would be part of the story. Like maybe
What would be really messed up if what really got her started of thinking of keep having kids so they could be strong and to make a big family, if Strusen had her first kid, that'd be really messed up.
that would be sick. And I
I
mean
I,
sick
I think he's
isn't
Perisville's
sickening.
dad. I think so.
Well,
That would be
Bruts.
sick in a sickening kind of way.
I mean, we haven't been told otherwise.
Okay, I do agree with that. I do think that probably is the case, but I'm hoping it's not.
You said he's Perisville's dad. I thought you was saying Perisville. I thought.
Paris Sparrow and the fat chicks, Capotes.
Okay. I thought you.
I want to know who the hell Katakuri's father was, because my God, like,
We thought it was Kato.
yeah,
No, it's not.
I never agreed with that. But I mean, because it's kind of crazy, right? Katakuri is as strong as he is, and then not to say that Perospero is weak, but he's the oldest. Yet Katakuri is that much stronger than him. Did he just never have any ambition to become stronger, and that's why? Or
Just different. People just built different.
because that's what's so odd to me. Why is
It's
Katakuri?
just it's probably those big mom genes. I mean, especially if that nigga's dad is fucking Strusen.
Bro, that's so disgusting, bro.
Well, that's the thing, right? Isn't it weird how Perospero kind of treated like the second in command, even though we all know that's arbitrary? Because I mean, he's the one that was trusted with so much, not so much Perospero. So you'd think that given he was the first son, the Big Mom would have. I don't want to say that Big Mom was necessarily responsible for her children that can fight, becoming fighters. I don't think she necessarily taught them how to, but it's kind of a head scratch. Perospero be in Katakuri's position when he's the oldest, he's been around the longest out of the. I don't think, is he actually the eldest child?
Paris Sparrow? No, it's not Compote. She's the first child. She's the first daughter, and then Perospero is the first son, the second child. Let me double check that just in case.
Okay, because it's kind of weird. I mean, you'd think that being the son or daughter of Big Mom would give you the potential to become that strong, but I guess it's just a matter of, well, potential doesn't mean anything if you're not trying to, do something to
I
try
just,
and reach it.
I just done
No,
something crazy. Oh, go ahead, Russ.
yeah, it's no, my bad, my bad. It's flipped. Perospero is the first child, first eldest son, and then Compote is the first daughter, second child.
Oh,
So that's crazy. What did you just think of?
okay. So I think about this Big Mom topic. I'm gonna end the stream soon. We can still talk if
Oh,
we
we're
want
still
to.
streaming.
Yeah,
Oh, I know
but
he was, but I was like, at some point, I was like, yeah, we kind of gone off the chapter and just talked about other shit.
I'm gonna end this soon so we can just talk or whatever if we want to. But basically, I thought about like I like when we was talking about Big Mom, it just popped back in my mind. I forgot that Big Mom also wants Robin. So we have Lucci who wants Robin, and we also have Big Mom who wants Robin in the same arc.
You mean Kaido?
Wait, what?
You said Big Mom twice.
Oh, I mean, I said Lucci and Big Mom want Robin.
No, you said Big Mom again. I thought you did.
You sound like you said Big Mom again. Yeah, that's what.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, everybody wants.
Everyone wants a piece of that ass. Let's just say that.
I don't blame them.
Of
Honestly.
who? Wait, who?
You Robin.
of who's
Oh,
of
oh God, I was like, please don't tell me they're talking about who I think they're talking about.
of who's who of who?
I was worried you were talking about who we were speaking about just a minute ago.
Oh, you thought we want Big Mom's ass?
That's also I was like, please tell me. I don't want to walk
Hey,
into
I
something
mean,
without.
hey, when we think about it though, hey, let's think about this for a second. Hear me out. Hear me out though. Big Mom has had so many kids. She might know some things.
No.
I mean, back in her younger years, it would have been like,
anything
the
before
effect that
You you
Dimitrescu
you
has
you
had
put a
on
paper
all
you
of
put a
Resident
paper
Evil fans.
bag on her. You put a paper bag on her.
anything
Oh, come on,
before
man.
age 48, because once she turned 49, she just turned fat, bro.
I mean
No,
BBW, but
what I was gonna say is back when she was younger, for us One Piece
no,
fans,
her
we
face is
basically look at
terrifying. I would never smash
we
Big
ba-
Mom.
we basically come on, man. We basically we basically look at let's say prime age Big Mom. Let's say like 30-year-old Big Mom as similarly to how so many Resident Evil fans looked at Lady D. Let's be honest with ourselves.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I know
Lady.
what you're talking about.
The whole
I
internet
know
was
what you're talking
simping. The
about.
whole internet was simping.
Bro, there's this one clip of this YouTuber that get off the topic, but that nigga, like it was the cutscene. Now I never played Resident Evil 8 yet or anything, but it was the one clip. It was like the dude got off the like he was like crucifix or something after she left the room. That nigga sniffed the fucking chair and made a sound. This shit was hilarious.
Down
The
horrendous.
dude that I was watching stream, yeah, that nigga was down.
Yeah. But yeah. But what I was trying to get into like what y'all think was gonna happen with that, like with both Big Mom and Lucci wanting Robin in the same arc, like they're both talking about one Robin. Like there's definitely gonna be something that happens there. And, like the Marines gonna get involved probably.
Oh, I think the Marines are definitely on their way. I mean, in some capacity, because
You know, I really want to see Usopp. You know what I'm saying? Because speaking of Usopp, like how Usopp is the only normal human left. You know.
we better see that whole observation deal in Dressrosa come back into play. Like that needs to not be disregarded.
Yeah,
Something
Usopp
needs to
hasn't
be
really
done with
done
it.
nothing, man. Like Otis saving Usopp for some reason.
Like either Jinbei needs to notice it and like pull him aside and say, "Hey, man, I can teach you how to use this," or somebody needs to
And
because
Usopp's definitely getting King's Hockey because he said he is. So,
well, then Sanji better because that wouldn't make sense for Usopp to and not
but we
Sanji.
we know Usopp his lies become true. He didn't remember he said he had King's Hockey.
Yeah, he
Hey, you know what? You know what? What would be funny is if the moment Sanji made peace with the fact that he has Vince Smoke lineage is when he awakens Conquerors. That'd be kind of interesting.
I
oh,
mean,
what gets me is this. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
I
no,
think
no,
Sanji
you go
already
ahead.
has Conquerors, but
No, I was gonna say what someone said in a tweet or in a stream saying that if Sanji got Conqueror's Hockey, that instead he won't knock out any women, it'll be just straight up men.
oh,
No, he can knock women out because it doesn't actually hurt you. It just makes you go sleep, makes you go night night.
oh, you know, it'd be
Good
kind of
night
funny
night.
with that. You know, it'd be kind of funny with that.
But
Like he
what
knocks
could
women,
though, because
he knocks women out, and a woman bumps her head, and he's like, oh no, something.
oh no. What I was gonna say is he knocks the women out, but then he can put like something soft for them to lay on so they don't get hurt hitting the ground.
Yeah.
You know, he like puts pillows everywhere.
Or what if Sanji he's okay? Never mind. That's that.
And
I'm
he
going
is
too far.
royalty
Never
too,
mind.
so
I'm
I
going too
mean,
far.
you know, he is
It.
royalty too, so why not, right? He's still really a prince.
All right.
He won't ever, consider himself to be one. Even though I'd love to see him adopt the moniker again.
So with Sanji, if it came down to it, is Sanji never mind. I'm not even going there.
Is he what? What are you gonna
It,
say?
okay, so it's Sanji, right? If there's this pretty chick, right, and she's like, you know what I'm talking about.
What are we talking about?
I have no idea. What's going on?
she wants like someone to be physical.
Wait, who? I'm
Sanji,
so
Sanji's like I can only use my feet.
like, would he do it?
What, with a woman?
That's a
What
good
the fuck?
question though. I've always thought I was
what
like,
they're
what
saying
what if a chick
is,
wants Sanji to be
are
physical
you
or
trying?
something?
Are you trying to say part of the reason as to why Sanji, it gets attracted to women as quickly as he does is because he's actually a virgin?
I mean, he obviously is, but
That would so once.
Oh, wait,
that
hold
he's
up
no
now.
longer as crazy.
I mean, Zoro's a
He,
virgin too. It's not slander. Most Straw Hats are virgins.
But
you know what though?
with a woman and
You know what's
felt nothing.
crazy? I would like to say I think pre-timeskip Sanji probably got action. Post-timeskip Sanji didn't because we know for a very obvious reason. The reason why I say this, the way we got introduced to Sanji, the man was so suave and so smooth with it. He had a mean game. His game was on point. Like the way he was talking up Nami. Yo, even Nami was like, "Ooh, I like the way you talking to me, boy. What's
Like
going on? What you really trying to get into?"
like a pudding's like spank me, make fun of my eye, and then Sanji's like, I won't do it.
Yeah,
Sanji won't do it. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Be like, sir, my pudding, please.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Sanji
if
has
a
the
woman
slowest
wants to get
stroke. He has
physical
the
in bed,
slowest
like I
stroke
don't know.
he has the slowest stroke because he doesn't want to hurt a
Hey,
woman.
yo, but you know what though? I feel like because you just said like Zoro is probably also a virgin, all that stuff. But for Zoro, I think it's more so because he won't do something. For Sanji, it's because he's got too much testosterone. Girls can't handle it. Like he's always ready. He's like, yo, let's just do this thing.
To be honest, I
Girls
remember
can
like it
handle
was
it.
a moment Arlong Park was they said Sanji was wooing like 20 women.
Oh, she.
You remember
Sanji
that?
was what?
Yeah.
Sanji was what with 20 women?
He was wooing 20 women in Arlong Park.
Yeah, I don't remember that because it's been years.
Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. Because you remember in Wano when Sanji I mean, when Zoro was sleeping with Yori, and she woke up. They woke up, and she asked him, "So, like, did you enjoy yourself?" The way he responded, I'm like, "Bruh, see, this way you never gonna get none. No sugar for you, boy. Nothing but
Zoro,
training and
Zoro, Zoro,
weights."
Zoro's into his swords. That's it.
Oh no, oh no!
Well, he
When you
is
say it like
literally.
that, man,
What?
I
No,
know
that's
he
literally
is.
the
I know.
titties.
Yeah, literally, literally. I know you mean that literally, but there's a lot of sword swallowers out here, bro. Just saying.
Man, how awesome would it be if, like, I know this probably won't happen because I think it'd be way too strong for him at that point. But how cool would it be if Sanji, like a quote unquote rematch with Doflamingo?
He just, he just,
So current Sanji.
yeah.
Like obviously not current because we're gonna have to wait until the Wano arc's finished. But how would that
Would that be
do we, do
cool?
we,
I don't know.
do we, do
Cause
we
what purpose would it be?
well it could showcase his growth and maybe Sanji would still have time again.
I mean,
I mean,
there's really no
because
purpose for it though, if you ask me though.
it could be
Cause,
used to showcase.
cause if he beats a second commander, like, I mean, the only reason I want that is just so like for bragging rights for Sanji, like for his sake. But
You don't want
otherwise,
to see him
story wise, I wouldn't really want like for bragging rights. Like for example, like him going against Virgo and he breaks Virgo's leg. Like when Virgo kicks him, it breaks Virgo's leg or something.
Yeah, I guess if he was gonna fight someone, um, well, no, that wouldn't matter. I was gonna say Don Krieg, but I'm like, why would he fight Don Krieg? Don Krieg way too freaking weak. If he was still alive, he Sanji could probably just like poke his nose, like just tap his nose with his foot, and he'd get knocked out.
Isn't Don Krieg the one with the pointy head?
He was the one with that, seemingly unstoppable battle armor.
Oh,
He's the
that
one with
guy.
the diamond knuckles.
The one who
The
made
diamond knuckles.
yeah, the one who made Mihawk run away. I remember people were saying that.
Yeah, right. He made him run. Plot twist: Don Krieg is secretly, he's actually the fifth emperor, and he's actually the sixth.
Oh, that'd be crazy. I mean, we know Buggy's becoming emperor, but I was thinking about I was thinking about Don Chinjao. Like, what if he hits Sonny, his head goes back.
Sanji kicks him in the head, and then his head goes back.
No, I'm talking about
And
no.
now
I'm saying he hit Sanji because you know how Queen's
oh,
blade broke.
maybe he headbutts him, headbutts Sanji, and his skull gets fractured because of Sanji's hard body.
You don't get what I'm saying. You remember how his head had turned to back to pointy, like when
Yeah,
Luffy
it
had
turned
punched
into a
him.
drill.
Yeah, like what if
Yep.
it goes back to being flat again, like when he hit Sanji?
I think it did. I think it bent.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, it didn't become flat again, but I can see what you're saying.
I'm talking about remember when Garp hit him, his head like flattened and
Yeah,
it
I
stayed
remember.
that way. And then when Luffy hit him, his head went back to pointy. I'm saying he hit Sanji with that, and his head goes back to flatten again.
Crazy.
But we finna end it off. Um, I think we said pretty much all we need to say. Uh, you know, but yeah, man, that was a great stream. Uh, the Sanji, the abilities of Sanji, the implications of what Sanji can do is pretty interesting and endless. I know not everybody seems to be on board with the whole him being given the power up thing, but at the same time, other people have been given the power up, and Sanji was already strong before this, and he has worked hard, and he does deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Um, and we didn't really get into other things from this chapter, but we went to pretty much what we started the stream for, and It was nice having y'all on here. It was nice having Russ up in here and all that, and Teddy and Kat and always and everybody in the chat. Appreciate all that. So yeah, peace, like, strive. All. Stay tuned for